Radio to reader. Radio to reader. Radio to reader.
On FM 103.9.
Radio to reader.
On FM 103.9.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
Mina Yusufu Jallo, the Cowfoot Prince, and you they listen to Truth Radio on 103.9 FM live from Freetown. Natu de las.
Bole se wo matonya ye pe gbo ela we Tonya ye pe gbo ela ngatu ya gbo ngbe ka wa to mi na ni FM we Tonya ye pe gbo ela me ngatu ya gbo ngbe sa wa to mi na ni FM Tamianga tu atonya ye pe gbo ela we Anya buda tonya ye mi aloma Tonya ye le mi amome Ya bode jagbe nya le de jati ya nya le dwe mi do onya gongo lo tonya ye pe gbo ela we Mi atanu isi vena Na bolo abo mi do eva Anya buda je pe gburu abo mi wa bi do tonya ye pe gbo ela Amiaga tole apapa goti taloba pepe nebe da penegbe nugo ma o aya gbogbe chawa to mi na ni FM ne ma ya mi abede amukeni mo ya de skini mo ni da kesa me e bi lo to me gbo Amiaga pinga e
share, we are missing. Alogende Jaramanani Salana Sierra Leone is a beautiful country. It's beautiful people.
Beautiful country with beautiful people indeed. Good morning. It's Monday, the 18th day in the month of May, 2026. Good morning and welcome. It's the start of another working week. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. With the broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetown. We're there on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and we partner radio stations them right across the country. How's your weekend? Hope you had a good time and with family, you able to rest and you enjoyed the weather as well. On Saturday it was nice. Yesterday it rained somehow here in Freetown. And yeah, it was a weekend of football, Premier League, and local league as well. You know, local league. Me two team them performed very well. Manchester United win, Eastern Lions win. Eastern Lions actually don't go to the finals of the Orange FA Cup, but they play against mighty Blackpool. I think second week in June at the Southern Arena. And congratulations to the team and thanks to the management, the technical team. You know, we get a cup to win now. We have an FA Cup for win, even though we did far ahead in winning the Sierra Leone Premier League. I think Bo Rangers sit on a very comfortable position for win the Salon Premier League. But yeah, we're hopeful of defeating mighty Blackpool. We're hopeful for defeat them. So mighty Blackpool actually defeat Abacha by post-match penalties. And yesterday, Eastern Lions beat FC Cologne 1-0 and approved Schoolfield. And we don't go to the finals. And me, other club, Manchester United, were safe in Champions League. We beat Nottingham Forest yesterday 3-2. It was a good match. For scored more goals because Bruno did a lot of assists. Yeah, but it was a good weekend. It was a very good weekend, and hope yourself gets a good weekend. And you spend them with family, or maybe you went out and enjoy yourself and get fun. See a lot of people exercise. Me say go exercise yesterday as well. Yeah, a beautiful country, beautiful people. Thanks Lala CDB for always reminding us every other weekly morning. As well, welcome to the start of another working week, at the start of the first edition for this week of the Truth Morning Devotion. A lot of issues for discuss, a lot of things happening just by Friday up to over the weekend. So many stories will be running through today in the program, and also there are some sad stories from Kenema of some young people we go to a party, birthday party, we drown. We can forget an update on that from one of we colleagues in Kenema. You know, it's a sad story, sad, very, very, very sad, and it reminds us about life. You know, I always can say that now we are never assured of what comes tomorrow. Now hope we they go sleep with. Now hope we come on our house with, go outside we they go, and you know, just hopeful that you'll return safely, you'll sleep and wake. Just that hope day. Now I make this life, and we lost another colleague, a journalist as well, very young, unassuming, quiet guy, Mohammed Y. He's a quiet guy, very humble and unassuming. He died and buried him at 91 yesterday. May their souls rest in peace. But that is life, right? That is life. We've already talked about death, and with families, within with families. It's something we don't talk about, but I think that's something where they humble people them. If it's something we they consider and remember, now the only thing when nobody know the jump. Right, you go say you get well body, it go 6 months. Some people and then go tell you say inside 1 year, they're not they sick. They know they get that severe illness we go make them lay down. No, they're always very active. Sometimes if he's sick, na slight headache or tiredness, he will get medicine, then he wake up. But death, nobody know the jump am. No matter your status, no matter how that you be. Baby them as young as where them born them, 1, 2, 3 years old, they'll die. Young people, yesterday I go na Lonely Cemetery. I meet and they bury some young person actually. You know, I meet people and they cry. Young people and they were there. They were crying. And go bury some young person. And they were crying, feel them, say, this person die young. But it should remind us, all lengthen and therefore remind we why we should stay humble, why we should be respectful to other people, why we for try for do waiting right now with life. If you're a Muslim, pray. If you're a Christian, pray. If you don't believe, fine. But there's one thing we're universal, we're all humans, we for treat ourselves that kind of way. No matter we status, no matter which position you get in the world, no matter how you be, you dey die one day and they will go put you. Well, if you're not Christian, then go keep you first, make caskets, you know, dress you well and put you, but you dey go inside that only. If you're not Muslim, all you have na the shroud. All you power. Imagine every other morning you go wake, you go na the shower, you go na the toilet, you wash yourself and dress well how you want. You go na your wardrobe, you pick what you are wearing for the day, matching colors and look nice, put your perfume on and you go out, look good. But they'll come that day when they will do that day. People will wash you. Sometimes people that we not sabi safe. People that we know one day see. Or people that we been on the past for tell them I do safe, you know they do. Now then go come and can wash you. You not get that power for wash you safe again. Then go wash you. This beauty, this not so you they choose waiting and they work by you again. Like I say, if you're not Muslim, now the shati, now you only closer and the way they go with. Nothing else. Then go yes and put perfume for let you smell. Well, not for let you no more smell good. It's for the environment mostly. That's about it. And if you're a Muslim, you know they tell keep you say you know go take long. Sometimes if you die overnight safe, sometimes 2 o'clock, and not go left you. Long till 4 o'clock, and not go left you. If you never wait for famble and for camp, sometimes it will take few days. That's it. This life, it's not ours. Tomorrow it can be me. I will not be here. But what do I want to be remembered for? What do you do now other people in life? How you expect them? Which impact you create in your society? How much you show love to people and your family or people and close to you? This bagbati, this influence, this title. We died and they say, but when bring the body now, when I pass the body cancel. No entitled and then the day again. They don't call you that name. Then they rush for pulling ourselves. Sometimes when you die in house and they go left in a mortuary or go left in a mosque first. Say they did it ready for you. The old way you don't make all beautiful. So let's be humble. Let's be humble and let's understand. Like me, I think so for the discuss death now, family. We for the discuss death now with communities. We for the discuss them now we setting them. It remind we not so bad thing no. Nothing way it definitely will come. It's something we should discuss. I think if people can get to understanding that this world where this way I'm not gonna be here forever. Anyhow I take one day they go. Sometimes I need to long safe they go. It make we humble. It humble you. Wallahi they humble you. It humble you. It make you understand say this all thing way they do about wanting more, eating people Leone. They will up other people, they disrespect other people, they do bad in our society. It make you understand, say, you're not going with nothing. You build us, you build this, you build that, you get this title of money. You're not going with anything. You'll die, and you'll be buried, man. And we will believe in religion. Now what you do now, you go and say and all. Not so you title, not so you position. May we be guided. We are all not perfect humans. May God make we better people. May God make we understand, say, there is nothing that is assured in this world. We are here for serve God. We are here for do right to people them. For use we influence with power the right way and create impact in the lives of other people. And try for do it right. We're not so perfect people anymore. Maybe see, I'm not a perfect person. Make mistakes. But you mortal man, you can able to evaluate yourself. You go know how much good you did do and how much bad you did do. You know, let God make we better people. People always sick, let God give them medicine. People who don't die, let God sorry for them who are they alive. May Allah continue for give you the strength and the energy for continue for do the good work they do. It's always a blessing for sleep and wake because we are never assured that when you go lay down, you go wake the other day. So we tell God thank you. So we start the devotion with prayers. We pray for ourselves, pray for people who don't die, pray for people who are sick. We pray for make God make we better people. You know, let God guide we to the right path, protect we, and continue for bless we. Let us pray. Join us in prayers this morning.
So this morning, I just while we begin appreciate Papa God again, the glory, again, the honor, again, the adoration. I say now the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I am that I am, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the head, but not the tail. Father, we worship you this morning. We give you glory, we give you honor, we give you adoration. We tell you, Boku, thank you for this land. We tell you, thank you for Mama Sierratel. We tell you, thank you for the peace in this nation. We tell you, thank you for the love in this nation. We tell you, thank you for how far you see we through in this nation. Father, we want to appreciate you. We give you all the glory, all the honor, all the adoration. Papa, we tell you thank you for the leaders. We tell you thank you for the government. We pray that you give them knowledge and understanding, more wisdom how for rule this country. In the name of Jesus, Father, we pray that this country will grow more than I ever did before. In the name of Jesus, Papa God, we pray for creative idea for this nation, for understanding of this nation, for blessings in this nation, for the peace in this nation. Father, we want to give you glory, we want to give you honor, we want to appreciate you, Papa. Take over this land. We decree and declare that this land will rule by you alone, Jesus. We rest for your name. We give you glory, we give you honor. We forgive you honor. We for appreciate you in this nation. Papa, we tell you boku thank you. We appreciate you. We give you glory and honor. We tell you thank you for this nation. We tell you thank you for we lives there. We tell you thank you for the nation. We tell you thank you for Mama Salon. We tell you thank you for Sierra Leoneans there. We tell you thank you for the government. We tell you thank you for the everything we did in this land. We give honor and adoration. We worship you for that you be. For in Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen and amen.
Jama members, we want for test one and Allah plenty thank you. And we want for pray for the country as a whole, collectively, individually. We ask one and Allah for the country, Mama Salon. We ask one and Allah all the goodness we need for this country. We need a peace. May Allah give you peace in this country. May Allah give you a war in this country. May Allah make we like yourself in this country. May Allah make it easy for we. The one they will before and the leaders then, they ask one and tell Allah, may Allah control them. May Allah make easiness for them. May Allah give them wisdom and understanding so that they will be able to share the goodness of this country, so that each one of me and you will be able to enjoy the goodness of this particular country. Let Allah make it easy for we. We they ask one and tell Allah, through mercy, a blessing, a sustainer and the owner of sustainer, would they ask one and tell Allah give you goodness in this country. Let Allah make his name for you. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-rahmanir rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا ومتقبلا. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا ومتقبلا. ربي إني لما أنزلت إليك من خير فقير. ربي إني لما أنزلت إليك من خير فقير. اللهم اغفر لنا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم اغفر لنا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا متقبلا. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا متقبلا. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا متقبلا. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وصلاة المستقيم وكده وانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
We done the cry for so long. Papa do ya we we done the pray. So today, the time don't come for make you answer. Retire for past being do. Papa do ya sorry for it. Because we sense na nonsense if we not get you presence. And if we been get drunk, we for don't fetch for ourselves. But we not able, now you capable for pull we pandis kulala. You begin and the press. Do ya we need the pen for done? We done the cry. Do ya just make the rain for dumb? Can't help we laugh, so we go rise. Let we not suffer for the one them. Where they dwell the country with their hand. We leaders them, please guide them. Make them do good things from make we stand. For the land where we love, we sweet alone. Oh, we they pray for Salome. Oh, Salome, we dey pray for Salome. Oh, Salome, please Salome. When we want talk, then they watch we by the eye. Do ya pull we panchebo? Now for put much for we case. Lemo, let's come on now we hey. Do am for we picking them all. Cause if we been get trained, we for don't fetch for we self. But we know now you capable for pull we pandis kulala.
Not able for anything by ourselves. It's only God we go able pull whip and whatever kulala, whatever problem we are faced with, whatever challenge, may Allah answer. We praise them. May He make it easy for us, and may Allah guide we. May Allah make we better people. We only make mistakes. We only do things them way. maybe knowingly or unknowingly. But let God forgive we and guide we to the right path and make we better people, for make this place a better place. It's only people who build countries, not to magic. Other people will come help us, and it's waiting to happen so right now at the world. Everybody's paying attention to themselves. Everybody want for build their own country. They want to give money today. They reduce waiting and they give you. Some not even they give you again, And may we be guided. Like Judah pray. Let God give we leaders them the wisdom and understanding for do the things the way right. We could make this place a better place. But we all get a responsibility. One set of people, one group, one political party, not the change country. It's collectively. We all as a people, as a country, we all get a role for playing whatever way, whether you're in the private sector, whether you're in government, public service, civil service, whether you're in the civic space, in the media, in whatever way, we all can play we part and ask for more. All people accountable, but support government who say we for support government for make things them happen. And we pray say Allah go answer. We pray that people don't die. Sadly, the young people who died in Kenema, like I said, we ever talk to a colleague Philip Koma for some updates. But may their souls rest in peace. Life is actually thing we can happen. It's very fragile. Can happen at any time. It can happen to any one of us. It can be someone else today, tomorrow it might be you. We're never assured, we're never told when you're going to die. And it will come. It will come one day, either early or late it will come. And it's something we never shy away from. We never talk about them, because the more we understand, say, no matter how much wealth you accumulate, no matter you influence, no matter you title, no matter your position, you'll die one day. It's humble people. Anybody where they think about death, anybody where say, no matter which kind of thing you do in this world, you get for go give account for which thing you do, or you'll die one day. It humble you. It make you understand, say, you just need for expect people and live your life the best way you can. You cannot be perfect. You go make mistakes, but try your best. Because when you die, something the person way sabi safe na they can wash you. The people the way something ever sabi na then go you burying. The grave, the cemetery. Not all people and they go there. Not everybody they go there if you not get business say. But sometimes the people who they help for bury yourself. Now people the way sabi, know. Now then go lift you, say, put her inside. The one that go touch you bearer, you casket. Maybe are people you don't know. Maybe are people where you not been treated with which some kind of respect safe in your community or who say you there. But they will come. They will mourn with your family. The family go lose you, then go miss you. But everybody will move on. That life. After one day, 1 week. The host, people number now, the host begin reduce. It's just the close family people now. But people move on. People move on. The world will move on. It will not wait. Let it wait for you. You come, you do your own, you're done. Now the stage, you perform, you go. The world still moves on. Your family, they move on. People will sleep and wake. People will go now the normal business. So let God give you the wisdom and understanding and the courage for say this world, anything can happen to us. We're not here forever. We need to be humble. We need to be respectful. Treat people as much as you want, let them treat you with respect. Sometimes people don't need much from you. They don't need money from you, Chef. All they need now respect no more. Just treat them as human beings. Just like how you are, let them treat you with respect. That's all. Good morning once more and welcome. This is the Truth Morning Devotion. We can take with pledge and anthem. And after that, we go Kenema and talk to our colleague Philip Koma. And yes, we can run some stories. Today we're going to talk to the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Julius Matai, on the mining week, where they start tomorrow. And after that, we will talk to Joe Abbas Bangura, the managing director of Sierratel. Continue for stay with we. This is the Tooth Morning Devotion on Tooth FM 103.9. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We also there on with partner radio stations them na some parts of the country. My name is Amadou Lamranaba. Stay with us. Let's take the anthem and pledge. We'll come back shortly.
My love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all the times. I promise to defend her honor and good name. Always work for our unity, this freedom and prosperity, and put our interests above all else. So help me God, so help me God. I will exalt thee when of thy free. Great is thy love we have for thee. Stand united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O lazy land. We raise up our hearts and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys echo our cry. Blessing and peace be ever alone. Land that we love, our Sierra Leone.
Salomon, if we want make Salome, we for change we attitude. Salomon, if we want make Salome, we for change we attitude. Famu them, make ten for nothing. We all are mortal man and we get for life. So let we left Congo Sahel and for bad that we come. For the day so if we sabi wasan, we go eat na big man and man. For catch big man and I can done. No today, all team done. Now the tomorrow way you go get after, now where you big man and you get. So let we left Congo Sahel and for bad that we come in there. Affordability, and bad that's like well salon. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude. You picking they do bad with them talk, you say how for do. You man they do bad with them talk, you say how for do. You F they do bad with them talk, you say how for do. You papa they do bad with them talk, you say how for do. How for do oh, and bad that's night well salon. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude. Salomon, if we want make Salome for change we attitude.
Good morning. It's the start of another working week, and we dey ring the bell for welcome everybody we they follow we this morning. Indeed, we for change we attitude. Family do bad, also because na me person or we na same party or na me party dey na power or na we the opposition. We person they do bad. If we get people them way for able call them out and tell them say no, this isn't right. That's the only way you help people. And that way they now the attitude and they will for change this place. Nobody know they can do one for we. Don't tell you now. Country the way develop even outside religion they. Not sign on though then they show you say now angel and come up can make here. Now God send people them can make here. No, it's people, it's citizens. The political leadership provide leadership. And political leaders and provide leadership. But the citizens themselves, then go get all them problem. Every other country gets. We are not things that happen are not unique to we. But me I can pay attention more to salon because na salon a day. na I care about na I day na I get for day all my life. Not think say I think I don't pass the HA for relocate go any side unless otherwise. But no. So na we care for. Na we day. Na our country. Na we all for make it better. For tell. Person too, not mean say you eat more. Doesn't mean that. It's you decide for make a better person. We tell person true. We person do wrong. You tell them. You are accountable. You ask question. It don't mean say you eat person. It don't mean say you eat your government. It don't mean say you eat the president. It don't mean say you eat one person where they appoint somewhere. No, it means you want things for get better, especially when you do and genuinely. There will always be political propaganda. It will happen. It don't happen. It will continue for happen. But as citizens, we all get a role for play. We all get things them for do. We will all for do. Politics, we can put them aside. Where the time reach, time there for politics. I listen to President Bio. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I think that the colloquium where they talk about how we forget about politics somehow after elections. Election not for just be like a cycle every other day. Everything about we is about politics and election. No, development for happen. Development get for happen. The nation they move on. Politics not to 360. It's a season. It's a time. After every 5 years we go to election. Hopefully we all go try for do we own part and we all go try for do thing right in we little ways for make this country a better place. Because it's only us. Nobody else go can make them for we. You watch across the world, you see them, they run after citizens and now in other country. And they send you go to a country. Say the old man go in place, go make day. Now like yours, if you don't make them fine, you go to a neighbor, if you don't place tight, you don't get better money for able to feed your own family and feed himself. It will begin grumble, say, but I for go back. So we all need to make this place a better place, and we can make this place a better place, just like how other people are making theirs, how they want time. We're not going to be perfect, but there are things we'll definitely address. A little bit of roll call this morning for the Sori Mansare, KP Amani, Auna Kone, Sufia, Abib Tunis Kiawu, Desmond Smith, Alaje Momo Kamara, Ebi Kanu, Adoa Ketewa Boltman, Kingston Rashid, Abdulaziz Kagbo, Koma Polira, Kenneth Karimu, Sulaiman Kamara, Aliu Kamara, Shekudine Kamara, Abu Fode Duve, Susan Sarah Koiwa from Bo City. Good morning and greetings. Yusuf Sise, good morning. Albert Lansana, good morning. Francis May, Aminata Koma, Abdul Rahman Tijan, Amanatu Sanusi, Dadisin M. Kalon, Lahai CDB, Aliu Kanu, Mustafa Kata, M. Kat, good morning. Magdalene Masa Boima, Ibrahim Kagbo, Dauda Tawali, Mansour Makoli Kamara, Rastija, good morning, Rastija. Good morning, Santi Kazola, Shiba Concept, the brand, Aminata Kuma, Kamara Samba, Suma Abdullah, Alimami Toure, Henry Joe Laai, good morning. Mohamed FS Kamara, Kreu Bobo, Alimami Unique Bangura, Mohamed Sal, good morning. Zina Sanko, Frederica Crispina Johnson, Osfren Kamara, Malcolm Semogo, good morning. Kusna Bayo, Lamin Mantonko Mansare, good morning. Grace Mosori, good morning. Junisa Tony Sports, Kalon, Gabriel Indolo Lebi, Hassan Rahman Soare, good morning. Abubakar Conte, Jaden Ken. Jaden, good morning, man. Hope you're feeling better now and they recover small from the injury. Ezekiel Michael Karimu, Bangura Alassan, Peter Beckley Sr., Eddie Grant, Umar Bundu, Abdulaziz Kuruma, Lamboy Richie, Ima Williams Davidson. Good morning. Good morning, Nima Santos Toure, Kande Kuruma, Sama Kuyate, Sarah Ulari, good morning. Good morning, Mohamed Madina Ba, Suri Dumbuya, Augustine Abraham Ruba, Akiano, Bangura Alassan, good morning. Fatmata B. Jalo, good morning. Jaja, hope you do fine. Mohamed A. Bari, yeah, Yusuf, would they beat Blackpool, man? Would they beat Blackpool? Would they beat Tuna, bro? Would they beat Tuna? And now we get very good team. Lions get good team, you know. We'll beat Tuna. Dino Bari, good morning. Jalo Teli Boari, Barisin Baba Sane, Basiru Bunduka, Bemba Semabu Kamara, Newman Anthony Levy, good morning, my brother, and thanks for joining us this morning. We can join with colleague na Kenema, Philip Koma this morning. Forget some updates. Over the weekend, there was this news about some young people, them way died and go a party in some river or so, and sadly then lost their life. Good morning, Elizabeth Masakoy, Albert Fuji, Sheikh Umar Jalo, good morning, Koto, Mike Joseph Kanu, M.A. Kaina C, good morning, Ibrahim Lamin Kamara, Umar Ubundu, Mwadi B. Sawi, good morning, Kamara Mohamed Alassan, Nabiu Fofana, good morning. Good morning, Bans Komba Levy. Good morning, man. Hope you do fine. Kelfala Feka, good morning. We go Kenema now. Also, we get to colleague Philip Koma on the phone. Good morning, Philip, and welcome. Hello, Philip. Good morning, Philip. Okay, we need to get Philip on a better line, and once we get Philip, we will bring and come to you this morning. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning, Lamrana Bar. Good morning, the people of Sierratel.
Yes, Philip, thanks for joining us this morning. Philip, there was this news about some incidents where involved some young people we drowned now one of the rivers there at Kenema. What actually happened?
Friday, when at the 15th of May this year, a group of young people then visit one popular place, one beach they call Kailondo Beach.
Philip, please, sorry, I just want advice with viewers, and this morning we get some pictures where they can show as we do this interview. They might be very disturbing. We sorry about that. We just want to give some viewers discretion as to the photos and images we'll get for sure. Go ahead, Philip, please.
Yes. So on Friday, some group of young people decide to go to one popular beach, what they call Kailondo Beach, that na the Moa River, for make them go celebrate the birthday of one of their friends. We travel all the way from McKinnington to can celebrate with friends inside Kenema. But this na beach where we say the people where they live around there, because the beach na a place where they do sand mining. So on that Friday, before now, 20-30 years ago, the residents were there within that Moa area made a work on Friday. According to them, they said Friday night yesterday for them, including the devil also waited at the water side. So that they halt every other activity, including farming, sand mining, anything where they allow them to work. Now the other one the way they play, then they did not turn or they not go to the water side at all. So on that Friday, because the Kailondo Beach, the place also where some young men come together and organize outings every Sunday in the day. So because now be Friday, and that Friday people need to go to the beach for any sand mining. So the beach not be get plenty people at all. And we only get people with the low sand because the young man they also na the Maka and communal community on Friday or every other day, then they go there for go load sand and then to walk them. But for Sunday they enter the water and do sand mining with boats, they need one. So on that fateful day, the one where they operate the boat, they all not begin at the water side. So they go to go swim. But according to the portal gather, eyewitness, that why they try for celebrate the birthday of this friend will come out from McKinney, an old man come into them and tell them, say, yeah, Friday, people know the boats of this water. All they can do now for just cross, go pray. But for Sunday they swim, nobody because they say that particular day na yesterday for them. So they just talk to the old man, say, then just come and celebrate, and so they decide to go up a little bit inside the rock and day. After they don't chill, they don't gel, then decide to go inside the water. So the first one when Messi won't go, now he go to the swim, now he begin for left at the water. So why is it there for left at the water? The second person decide to go rescue. But let listeners they also know say all of the 6 people who are the ground inside the water, none of them know they not sabi swim. So the second person go for go rescue this Messi, himself sink, he left at the water. The third one person himself say, well, let him go for go rescue because I don't see 2 person left at the water. Himself go, he left at the water. The fourth, the fifth. So the 6th person now that the birthday celebrant, himself decides to say, well, I don't bring people to Pekin them for can celebrate with me. 5 of them left at the water. What I will explain. Is it that people don't interpret and say, I don't can sacrifice them, especially on my birthday this? And we understand, say, then just we don't give them some job that McKinney, and if you don't, they begin preach and live some kind of life. So they decide to follow, so that you know get for live and tell the story. So 6 of them, all including the bike man who Karama left them all down inside this water.
The rebel retrieve the bodies them now?
Well, on that very Friday, where they all sink, we left at the water. Like I tell you, the tradition is on Friday, no human activity they go on at that particular beach. So police then they reach at the scene based on the reports they will give them. But the village people who are the one that we can swim where they operate today, they refuse to they no do no activity now that they enter the water that Friday. So on that Friday, they not go in search of them at all. So they wait until Saturday morning. 9 then decide to go in search of them. After they don't perform some traditional ceremony, they're able to discover 5 on that very Saturday. Then discover 5. So yesterday on a Sunday now, they're able to discover the last one. We make them up to 6. All of the 6 bodies, they carry them go now the Kerem and government hospital. According to police, they say they made them do post-mortem for ascertain the cause of death. But yesterday also they don't carry out the autopsy and they don't hand over the body, give the family members them for let them carry on with the funeral rites.
Just for be specific somehow, how many male and female of them 6 people there?
We get 4 female and 2 male. 4 female and 2 male. And most of them actually pass off this, they are graduates, safe to Karaman. They all are graduates, them, some from Jala University. You get also some from the Eastern Technical University.
But they all are from Kenema?
Well, 5 from Kenema, 1 from Bo. There is a lady where they attend, we just graduate from the Jala University, where his friend called from Bo for let come join them and do this celebration. Because they get a club. And this particular person who is by there is a godfather. So it's like going to celebrate the birthday of godfather. So they call 3 members them for let them go celebrate. 5, then they came over, 1 for both. But the unfortunate thing here is 4 of them come out from the same post. The same post that 4 of them come out. We die so. So 1 Lukada, then the 1 lady from both. So this are the unfortunate situation that happened.
This not something way unusual na that river, right? Or nothing we can happen with time.
Well, according to people, for the past 50 years, incidents of that kind of nature now happen for less 6 people will die or drown at the same time. They can get incidences where possibly left water. One, that either boat will capsize because each time they organize a swimming program, you get people where they ride the beach, then a boat they pass, don't let for let the rescue. They always tap there, they also they demarcate the water, then they put a red flag for tell you say you don't need to cross this boundary. If you go beyond, you are deep. But the normal side, we say people like you swim for them commercial business or club they can organize. Not today they were also go. There is a small mini forest where they up small where they work for them. So now they decide to go because of the shade. Because the open side, we say people they put sand. I don't know what's in force them, but it is normal and usual that most times where individuals then go clubs them, they can decide to go at the end and day. So inside the help them day, inside ticket and day, so maybe they will for keep their property them, the items and forget shit. So that they them do. So the normal side and barricade side and the barricade for them swim. When are they most people they can go if they organize beach outing, not so they go swim, they go up the room by the rock. So that this incident happen. And from reports, hold on gather, that particular point there's several people either don't love the life day or don't attend for the grounding. But said that each time they organize outing, the organizer they can speak to the people who they lose and mind within the ways of this way. So they can patrol the water, then they go roof side, they can get 2-3 boats where they around. And when they think say you have to go beyond, they will tell you say no go back. But like I say on that very Friday, the one that will be the run beach because there is a club who is responsible for organized outing every Sunday. They were not around on that faithful Sunday.
Okay. So Philip, finally, when I don't get any word from the family as to what in this mean and what next? Police hand over the body then to them?
Well, a painful moment, a sorrowful moment, not just for the family members, but this is a loss to the Kenema community and also Sierra Leone as a whole. You know, this they put fear into young men and women who want for born at this beach. Like I mentioned, this na beach where several young and the old they visit for let them go live like it. Each time they rise calm. So then can incident here. So as I speak to you now, police don't put a halt on all social activities at the particular beach until further notice.
Okay.
So so the people of Kenema and the Payama community to be very specific because all parts of the fight are from the Payama community. And the Payama community now a very large community because they die from fire state. Now, you know, the community, people, they cry, come everywhere within Kenema. People, they shock for them kind of tears. And in fact, many people have to reach this death of something really natural, considering the kind of this happening. Because according to eyewitnesses and people I speak to within the community, you know, you don't see one person on ground, 2 on ground, what it will be the courage for let's say follow. Knowing fully well say you know get the skill for swim. But people then get this myth and get this belief say because they want them on the fire, they not people are not good, they believe them also the devil. They say the devil now indeed that one day, so now the devil will influence them for them or 6 pools at the water and then die. So these are the situation, but the people of Kenema are not happy and we mourn the loss of these 6 Sierra Leoneans, 4 ladies and 2 men. These you never can tell what they will be in the future, especially when they don't run the book, they don't begin job, then they empty a car. So the families that they register, they grief and they are in pain at the moment. In fact, the one when they celebrate, according to the beaches I will talk to 2 years ago, Naim Imama died. Don in all the last year, his sister also died. Don he don't die this year. So on the road within 2 years, 3 people long from the same family, the mommy, the sister, and now the brother, and they don't die within the family. So imagine what in their family will look like. Inside.
Okay. It's sad. May their souls rest in peace. But thank you so much, Philip Koma, for speaking to us this morning. Thank you, Philip.
You're welcome, Leone.
I join the Kenema people and the mourn with the people of Kenema and the families. And thanks to my colleague Philip Coleman, the president of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists in the Eastern Region. One for say thanks to him for that update today. Yeah, sad. I've been to talk about that this morning. It will come. It will happen. We don't know where. We don't know how. So it will come one day. May their souls rest in peace, and we pray that God will give the family the strength for continue for pray, for mourn and pray for them. But I can take some quick stories. One of the biggest stories, over the weekend, Reuters news actually broke, and it's actually a story we've been doing report some time ago about the acceptance of third country nationals from the US, where the Minister of Foreign Affairs been on talk about now this program. And then I confirm with the minister, the people will start coming by the 20th. And it's a big story. It's the international media don't report them as well. But for context sake, I remember I've been getting the minister now. I think it was in February of this year, some 18 weeks ago or so. Yeah, but I think it was in February. It was this year actually. And let me watch this video. I'll be asking the same question about the coming of acceptance of other nationals from the U.S. government, where the U.S. government want deports. Let's watch this video. We'll come and take another video before we talk to our first guest this morning. What's in the U.S. government they ask for? What's in the negotiation? Is it accepting third-party nationals? Na the country like what's in Ghana do? And we see that even
Sierratel. Of course, if you have people that are ECOWAS people, they come to Sierra Leone, they have the right to be here for 90 days and then can either renew and stay or then go to their country. Now, Ghana does it, takes on board third-party, but West African people. Even we, with the drum, but in a way we take responsibility because of Salon documentation they get. We have had a lot of people where they come from the United States, who obtained Sierra Leonean passport during the war, went to the US under the refugee program. Then on the day, they are not Sierra Leoneans. They talk Creole, they not even Sami Usad them born, save the names, the place of birth where they put in Sierra Leonean document, when there been fictitious, information during the war. Then people in there, would they accept them come because they get Sierra Leonean paper? One lie will carry more than come, they make their way back to their countries of origin. And I think that is what Ghana is doing.
So what's in the US they ask? They want to give us third-party nationals?
We will look because we have a refugee law. If we want to take
are they requesting?
It's to strengthen bilateral relations. The US can make that request and they.
No, I'm asking if that is part of the negotiations.
The request has been made to us
for third-party nationals.
Yes, but what we are contemplating, if we're going to take third-party nationals based on the refugee status, it will be West Africans. So where they come, we facilitate them.
They're requesting people we're not just West African.
No, they take anybody who's West African.
No, but are they requesting for?
No.
So what's in you get a data of how many Sierra Leoneans presently they in ICE custody?
Yes,
I do. How many people are there for deportation?
I do have a data that was supplied to me yesterday. Allow me, please. Yes, we do have. As it is right now, we get about 52 people where they when are Sierra Leoneans where they now.
That's with the negotiation presently with the U.S. government in terms of this ban.
When they negotiate for young people, then they belong to Sierra Leone. When we verify their nationality, we facilitate them come under the country.
That's now been the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Timothy Kaba, who has been to talk to me at this program. I think this was in February. Here is another part of this. In April, the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Chernoba, be announced at the weekly government press conference. The cabinet don't approve an agreement with the U.S. government for the acceptance of third-party nationals. Like how the minister been talking, but it comes with a cost. I think it's 1.5 million United States dollars where the U.S. government they give to Salon. So we've been doing another report following up with what the minister been saying, waiting Chernobyl been saying at the press conference. So take this other report. We'll come back shortly.
Last week, na the weekly government press conference, the Minister for Information and Civic Education, Chernobyl, be announced a cabinet to approve the third country national agreement with the United States. This means say Salone governments don't agree for receive and keep people them where not to Salone or West Africa citizens them where then they deport from America where President Trump don't they call illegal aliens. The minister be explained say this agreement will support reception, temporary hosting and humanitarian service system for returnees them. He add say the program na time bound and the US government they give couple a support of 1.5 million United States dollars for make sure say returnees them go get basic services and then go treat them with dignity.
Number 3, Cabinet approve an agreement for support, reception, temporary hosting and humanitarian services under the Third Country National Agreement in collaboration with the international partners. This a very specific agreement with third party for provision of services for under the Third Country National Agreements.
It been also make am clear say this agreement no get connection with the US visa ban and say government go continue for strengthen relationship with America. But this development not just start now. Early this year, the Minister of Foreign Affairs Timothy Kaba been confirmed to Truth Media say the United States will request Salone for accept third-party nationals them as part of negotiation for left the full visa restriction.
So what's in the US say? They ask, they want to give us third-party nationals?
Well, we will look because we have a refugee law. If we want to take
Are they requesting?
It's to strengthen bilateral relations. The U.S. can make that request, and they.
No, I'm asking if that is part of the negotiations. That
The request has been made to us
for third-party nationals.
Yes, but what we are contemplating, if we're going to take third-party nationals based on the refugee status, it will be West Africans. So when they come, we facilitate them.
They're requesting people we're not just West African.
No, they take anybody who is West African.
No, but are they requesting for?
No.
He also mentioned say 52 Sierra Leoneans in ICE detention who have been the waits for deportation. As Salone they prepare for receive deportees them from other countries them, plenty disagreements say on one Salone man where same way so the US government deported recently. People on social media don't they raise serious concerns about one Shaman Wesley who been turned to social media for ask for help because information been show say he been dead jail for where he harbor one small picking 9 O's.
What is the document this way where they charge me with? Where they charge me say up also say sexual exploitation that too. And also this is statutory rape they may charge me with. But because the picking are 16 and also the mommy and the daddy know for say the picking those in a house. And then they see them on the camera where they say me also do all things, cook and clean and in and out. Then dismiss that one day. And then this now they assault an officer. I'm not church more. Now this them become going to the jail for force when they call the order too. And I plead guilty to this assault sexual exploitation because now me camera I'm host.
With deportees them like Wesley, people they ask questions about the kind people them we get for Kamna Salone, then record and how the government self go protect in citizens them, especially woman and girl picking them. Also, one big question we one person like Vicky Remo they ask, now others get the company Keva Solutions where government sign contracts with for implement the agreements as needed for more transparency for sake of the 1.5 million United States dollars we involved. We go continue for ask and hopefully the government go provide the right answer them as this gets for do with the safety and security of Salone people. For Truth Media, Mina Davida Sven Solomon, we report.
Many thanks to Davida for that report. I'm sure una we they listen or they watch we don't get some context of this whole issue of coming. What is confirmed is nationals then they begin come on the 20th, then they begin come Salone. And according to the minister, we confirmed this, and that they are all West Africans. The only people them we they accept now West Africans, 25 ECOWAS members, and 25 per month. 25 per month, and get for us them na Lunge, And there is a company where they implement this, like we say in the report and call them Keva solutions or so. And one of the questions we Miss Evelyn they ask now that would I get this company? That not just about it. Waiting at the capacity for handle this, and it's about security. And waiting I think is very important is how the government be as transparent as they should be with a process like this. A process like this, there can be misinformation and, a lot of, suspicion if government not come out clearly and explain to the public, say, these are the numbers we are receiving, this now usai we they keep them, this are the process of sending them back to their countries if they are going, this are the money we involved, but government not get an panam, now this company they manage them. Now this long this process get for take, and at this level of involvement government get panam. If government be as transparent as they should be, I'm sure the public will understand why we are doing this and why we get for do this. Because there is pressure. We all understand the visa ban they under and how the US government they try for lobby other countries. Ghana did this. Ghana did the same with accepting other nationals. But we are concerned about we on security and safety. Like we say in the reports, we get somebody we been don't come. We get a record of alleged, harassment and all of that. So it's genuine concern. It's genuine. I think the responsibility there on government now for come out and explain to the public in clear terms what in government they do, how then they do them, who that involved, who that not involved, waiting at the process, how then they repatriate them to their countries, and how we then ensure say the communities that we then get for day, because I understand say now Lunge then get for base. Lunge we then then be safe there, and the community people not get anything for fear. There are a lot of, if you check social media from where this news broke, there are a lot of concerns, genuine and legitimate questions then with citizens then they ask. I think it is the responsibility of government now for come and explain in clear terms waiting at the involvement in this, waiting at the agreement, how it would be implemented, how government go ensure say the safety and security of the people of this country and then we put on force and people are protected. It's important, and hopefully possibly we'll get the Minister of Foreign Affairs now for talk more on this and explain to the public how this they happen, waiting our involvement in them and waiting at the assurance where the public forgets. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back shortly. We can talk to the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Julius Matai, and also later in the program we'll talk to Joe Abbas Bangura, the Managing Director of Sierratel. Continue for stay with we. This is not the Truth Morning Devotion.
Are you tired of waiting in long lines at the bank? Say hello to Omnilite, your ultimate banking solution from EcoBank. With Omnilite, managing your finances has never been easier. Here's why. Omnilite allows you to enjoy easy access to your account information across multiple countries. Monitor your accounts in real time from the comfort of your home or office. Rest assured with Omnilite, all your online transactions are guaranteed secure. Do you need to transfer funds? No problem. Whether it's domestic or international, Omnilite has got you covered. Make multiple payments effortlessly with our convenient multiple transfer service. And paying bills is a breeze with Quick Bill Pay. Plus, schedule future payments hassle-free with standing order. Want a checkbook? Just request it on Omnilite and it will be delivered to your doorstep within 10 working days. Experience the convenience and efficiency of Omnilite today. Visit us online or at your nearest EcoBank branch to learn more. A better way, a better Africa.
When starting your day, getting fit is the first step. When the hustle starts, nothing should stall you. When it's time to plan your future, saving should be easy. When you're ready to expand, no room for excuses. When your child needs relief, waiting isn't an option. And if it's you asking, no isn't an answer. Because for us, when it comes to banking, it's all about you.
Across Sierra Leone, more people are asking the same question. Why buy fuel anywhere else when Cornex gives you more? Professionally trained attendants who know service matters. Cornex fuel. A litre is a litre every single time. And when it's time to pay, easy. Pay with mobile money, Visa or MasterCard, or the Cornex fuel card. Clean restrooms, welcoming spaces. Every station, every time. Clean fuel, clean spaces, clear value. That's why Sierra Leone fuels with Cornex. Cornex retail outlets. Always clean, always professional, always for you. Fuel smart. Get your Cornex fuel card today.
More sweet special features we designed for make you life simple. No miss events. Buy tickets for concerts, sports match or any show directly from the app. Enter the marketplace, shop latest products them, check special offer them and enjoy exclusive deals. If you make mistake on transaction, no worry. The app gets instant reversal feature where they give you control over your money. All the special features, yeah, and more they waits for you inside the app. Download Maxit now and enjoy the full experience.
Orange. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance.
You don't hear the good news? With Darlene Mercury, you don't come with the biggest news this year. With the Mercury Win a House raffle, you will get your own chance for win host this year, especially if you get lucky. Make we celebrate the Mercury Win a House raffle, where they begin April 1 and end July 21 this year. For qualify for this raffle, you for play up to 50 leones where you buy it per online sports game and up to 250 leones per the Vegas game them. The more you play, the more you will get chance for win. But you not go qualify for the Mercury Win a House raffle if na bonus money or free spin you use for play. You go only win with money where you pull na your pocket for play, and you for make sure say you buy it inside this period where the game then they go on. Now for try hard and increase your chance for win this host na the Mercury Win a House raffle where they run between April 1 and July 21 this year. Play more Mercury online sports and Vegas game them and win more raffle tickets them. The more you play, the more you get chance for win more raffle tickets and get more chance for win host where Mercury don't put down. This na big one oh. Mercury Win a House raffle don't come for we. Sometimes na you don't come so.
As we convene for this second leadership colloquium under the theme Reimagining African Leadership, Courage, Accountability, and Innovation in an era of global uncertainty, we are not assembled here merely for the exchange of ideas. We are here to confront a defining and unavoidable question. What kind of leadership will shape Africa's future in this 21st century? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our moment. Not a moment inherited, but a moment we should take leadership and define it. History will not remember us that we were present in this moment. It will remember what we did with it. Are we going to squander this opportunity? So for me, this is not a question for another generation. Not a question to be deferred until conditions appear more favorable. This is our time. Our time to lead with courage that is decisive and not rhetorical. With accountability that is rooted in trust, not just performance. And with innovation that creates opportunity, not imitation. Our time to build institutions that will outlast individuals. To shape economies that reward productivity over dependence. And above all, to reposition Africa, not at the margins of global affairs, but at the center of global influence. This is the opportunity before us, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? It admits no further delay. Ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed, it is both a duty and a privilege to recognize our distinguished guests of honor, leaders whose journeys embody the very principle we are here to celebrate and advance. Your Excellency Dr. Joyce Banda, your leadership reflects courage exercised in service, but also anchored in integrity, guided by deep commitment to national development. Thank you. The Right Honorable Patricia Scotland, your tenure affirms that democracy, justice, and principled cooperation are not abstract ideas, but essential foundations. Thank you for building those foundations. Your Royal Majesty, Igwami Atuwaste III, you remind us that enduring progress is most powerful when it is rooted in identity. Thank you for reminding us. And to each one of you present here today, we are honored by your presence and strengthened by the example that you set for us all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of our theme today lies a word that demands seriousness. Reimagining. Reimagining. Not reforms at the margins, not adjusted rhetoric over unchanged systems, but deliberate structural transformation. Deliberate structural foundation, transformation and foundation must be laid. Because the 21st century will not reward any leader that performs change while quietly managing decline. We are living through a profound and irreversible transition in the world. I said it yesterday and I say so again today. As you all know, technology is reshaping power itself. Economic systems are evolving all the time. Climate pressures are intensifying. And democratic institutions are being tested to the core. Let me remind you, this is not temporary turbulence. So as I pilot, I just want you to tighten your belt. And such moments do not reward caution. Don't be too cautious. They reward clarity, decisiveness, and vision. For too long, leadership has been measured by the retention of power rather than the transformation of lives, by patronage rather than performance. That model cannot carry us forward. This century will reward nations that invest in human capital, build institutions stronger than individuals, sustain public trust through transparency and accountability. There is a bitter truth that must be told here. No nation rises above the quality of its leadership. And when leadership fails, it is not power that collapses first, it is trust. And once trust is broken, nations do not drift gradually. They unravel and just tumble and fall. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if a leadership is to be understood fully, it must be grounded in experience and wisdom, as has been told by my elder sister. That is why the clergy is always asked to pray for us to be wise. We pray for the wisdom of Solomon to rule. I have personally lived through some of the most difficult chapters in our nation's history. I've seen conflict strip institutions to their barest form. I have also seen the human cost of failed leadership. In particular, in 1996, I faced one of the most consequential decisions of my public life. I chose to hand over power to a democratically elected civilian government. But let me remind you, it was not an act of magnanimity. It was not strategic positioning too. It was grounded in conviction. The conviction that no individual hold on power is greater than a nation's right to democratic governance. And that leadership is not possession. It is stewardship. Years on, I have returned, and I returned to leadership not through the force of the bullet, but through the ballot. I've converted bullets to ballots. That journey, I must confess, shaped my understanding of constitutional order, accountability, but also leadership. Because leadership in its truest form is not easy for those aspiring to be leaders. There are reforms that generate resistance before they deliver results. There are moments when responsibility and popularity move in.
It's essential to recognize that our mineral resources are abundant and infrastructural development is crucial, especially in our local mining communities. On the 19th of May, we'll have the Sierra Leone Mining Week 2026 here in Freetown, Bintumani International Conference Center. I'm the chairman of the African Diamond Producers Association. The theme for the Sierra Leone Mining Week is Our Mineral Resources, Responsible Mining, Value Multiplication, and Shared Prosperity. So we're inviting all stakeholders from across the entire spectrum of the mineral value chain, from policymakers, investors, business entities, those who are providing services to the mining industries, also bankers, financiers, including the civil society, the media, the press, everybody to come and join us. It's not just a mining week. We'll also be having the 11th meeting of the African Diamond Producers Association. That will take place on the 19th and 20th of May at the same venue at Bintumani here. And that will be followed by Sierra Leone Mining Week, where we have exhibitions. Come and see what Sierra Leone is actually doing in terms of the mining ecosystem. We want to make sure that every stakeholder is fully immersed with what we'll be doing in the showcasing. So we invite you. We are in spirit at the moment. We're just concluding April, and we're going to start May in the same spirit in terms of mining. From dealing with exploration to the cadastral system, to value addition and beneficiation, to traceability issues, frameworks, formalization of artisanal small-scale mining, as well as standardization of geological data sets and information, and also local content and capabilities. So we invite everybody to come and join us here in Freetown for a very, very wonderful Sierra Leone Mining Week. Thank you.
Well, welcome back. This is 92's morning devotion, and we can talk about the Sierra Leone Mining Week 2026. And I get the pleasure for welcoming at the studios this morning the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Julius Matai. Good morning, Mr. Minister, and welcome.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure having you.
Oh, it's a pleasure being in the studio. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you, how is it like, being in this sector for this long, from NMA to the ministry, and I remember I interviewed some over 3 or 4 years ago, where I've been the AYV, but one of the person we don't serve longest at this sector since under President Bill. How has it been?
It's been wonderful. I mean, it's always a very good pleasure. I mean, should we be this in Creole in English?
Yes, Creole.
Yeah. We post you study something, then you end up working at that field. By the way, because my engagement with the mining sector starts not only at NMA. Mm-hmm. I'm actually a qualified geologist. Mm-hmm. I graduated in 1992 in the former Soviet Union. Mm-hmm. So I actually hold a master's degree in geological exploration. Mm-hmm. Then also another master's degree in natural resource management.
Okay.
So then I've been on the work all these years. This is my 35th year of working actually. Mm. Prior to NMA, I used to run a consulting firm, and I've been a consultant across so many mining entities. Mm-hmm. So the start I started at NMA in February 2019, now just an icing on the cake, where I don't just mature in my career now. So the 4.5 years at the NMA as the Director General and responsible for the technical and professional wing in the regulated sector gave me a very good foundation. So my experience from the private sector before joining the government, then also now, cumulative, you take all of that, go to the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources. I think it's a wonderful, not all the time such a thing that happen. Mm-hmm. So I think His Excellency, Dr. President Julius Maada Bio, also been somebody I've known, for over going nearly to 5 decades. I think he's recognized that.
Are you classmates, eh?
Yes, we met in school, in famous boys' school in September 1978. Mm-hmm. I was just a 12-year-old boy. He was just 14. We would have known by a day like today, and here as a custodian or the steward of the mineral resources, why he carries the country.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of, Sierra Leone. We are resilient. We are resourceful. And of course, relationships do matter.
Yeah.
But it's not just because of your personal relationship.
Yeah.
You see knowledge, skills, expertise, experience. Then fundamentally, your attitude, your behavior, character. We combine all of those. It gives you an opportunity for serve your country, not only in terms of politics, but in every facet. So I really count myself extremely lucky, not only which I don't do my enemy, but the staff I get, I can consider myself one of the luckiest when I was at the enemy. You know, a pool of young men and young women, well-educated, well-exposed, industrial experience, really energized for work. So when you empower them, I think we'll get the best. I think right now we're on that trajectory.
You enjoy the job?
Oh, yes. I mean, every day I wake up, it's like, what else can I do, you know, for make Sierra Leone better, for make sure, say, we not just grow economically, but also we develop. So let the focus not be on economic growth, but economic development. We are in with actually make meaningful impact in the lives of Sierra Leoneans across every facet, from their well-being, health, education, you know, you call it, you name it. So I enjoy it. That's why, you know, as I said, I was out. I left this country in 1986, then came back in 2011 for serve my country. So I've been doing this now for 15 years. You know, it's all my body, soul, and spirit, and I'll continue to do that. Develop the young men and young women, for inspire them, you know, coach, mentorship, and we continue to do that.
You know, I remember the first interview I had with you, one of the things you talk about is beneficiation.
That's correct.
And another is credible investors in the sector.
That's correct.
You emphasize on how it's important. Not forget people who come and get the license no more and mine small and go and left the country out there. How much as a country, from enemy, which you stewardship, your leadership, from enemy to the Ministry of Mines, you're able to try to achieve that? Forget credible investors in this sector.
You see, when we can talk about credibility, or let's just say akin to almost trust. In life, you know, they go begin to tell people and say, trust me, you know, mean a nice person, mean a this. I've always said you work on your trustworthiness. When you're trustworthy, people gravitate towards you. At an individual level, if you're competent in what you do, and you do it consistently with integrity and passion, you know, that's the build you trustworthiness. So it's the same thing in the mining sector. You know, when they say we get mineral resources, that's fine. You know, the mineral resources we don't under we foot. Every time you hear people and say, oh, you know the benefit we. But the mineral resources we don't know the benefit you until you extract them, you add value, you actually take the process of those, you put them into the economy and let the economy grow. So that it reflects on the welfare of your people. You invest in education, health, infrastructure, and everything. So where would they do that as well? I mean, mining investor, the one way they come, I don't say this a few times, that they come purely for profit. It's a business. So then say they look and say, okay, if I go to that country, this is the money I have, I want to invest. What will be the return on the investment? And what will be the risk? So, yes, there are those criteria where they look at purely from financial economic perspective. Then we as a country, now we own these resources. We also get for things, say, okay, we don't get the money for develop this, but this person they come, so we meet halfway. So you sit down and negotiate and see what will happen. Again, I don't say this few times, mining is very risky, very capital intensive. Out of every 1,000 projects, exploration project, less than 100, they ever go into mine development. Because you look for something there on the ground, where basically you get for use science for identify and delineate that body there, do some quantitative assessment, then you're able to get the grade, you're able to understand how you're able to recover that metallurgically. Then you now begin the members say, okay, if I don't do that, which will be the life of mine? How long this will take? Which will be production rate? Even when you don't do all that, they plan and schedule and do this. But prior to that, the waiting involved for let you get the license. The processes you get for doing environmental impact assessment, geotechnical work, you also get for doing financial model, all those come in. Even when that they don't happen, you get for members see the government, whose government will they go to? You get for pay taxes. Then of course the money we don't go take, whether not loan or equity or what, you get for begin pay interest back and principal. Before finally, even we don't begin produce, you they sell. You get for, you know, we don't get gross revenue, you get for pull all the other 15 there before we think we left. So whether possible can we as a country also make sure say we create the right environment for them. A lot of no forget we know to Ireland or other countries and the neighboring
competition day.
Competition day. So we on job now for make sure say we de-risk, by making sure technically, financially, human resource-wise, they're attractive. So we assess them. Again, I know several times people can say, okay, any investor can fly by night is one way they call non-credible. So now we on job down there for make sure say you where they come for can't tell we say you get capabilities, normally people that they follow then come, this person get money. The first work is say, okay, go count you audited financial statement for a few years. Tell me your company profile. Then of course the elephant in the room is the technology and the financial capabilities. We know they just get license to somebody. We get for say out your financial model. We want to know, how much capital you want to invest. We want to know which is the internal rate of return, which is the net present value, which is your average weighted cost of capital, which is the payback period. We don't do all that, and we get for look and make sure say, yes, when they do this also, which will be environmental impact footprint, which it will bring to the community. So now the difference between are we credible or not credible. The one we're not credible, we see the clock have the question, they say, okay, when they walk out, they disappear. Now they want to go fly by night. Then you get one we're credible, they will tell you, look at our website, look with audited financial statements, look with net profit loss statement, look with cash flow statement, look with balance sheet, look with financial model, all which they look for. We investors will they carry with. Also they go take money. This is not the capital structure. When they take debt, yes, but with debt to equity ratio, when I see enough a bit more than 1 to 3, they always, we look at them, then we can go into business. So then one thing, what they say they look for credible investors. The issue about beneficiation we mentioned. I've always seen which a lot of people concerned with just they take the raw minerals, they would export them. But again, then a process. You can forget infrastructure. As I mentioned, as say mining energy intensive. So if the mining companies that they come, they know say they're not connected to the national grid, they don't get electricity. Now they get forget most of them are captive power providers. That means that they buy carry their generators, then carry their diesel, some they go put their own solar, then now they get for make road, now they get for make water system, now they get for build all the facilities them. Now when they don't do that, they get for look say, okay, if we don't do all of this, now massive capital investment expenditure, so what will happen next? If we don't for let we get cash flow. Because most of this actually, I get for say this again before even finish beneficiation. Sierra Leone, as a country, we get for know where we stand. As you rightly said, competition to with other jurisdiction. Any investor they can as a loan for, so what they do, they go check how stable the country they, which are the country economy, which are in political risk insurance. If they go take money in a bank, whether they go able to give them because as a loan a day. So you get normally which you call the OECD. Organization of Economic Cooperation Development, they get what they call country risk characterization. We did 7 at the bottom, the highest risk premium. Even when you go to Morgan Stanley Capital International, we then say they check. We're in a frontier, not to even imagine. We're in a frontier jurisdiction. If you even go to London, they get the FTSE, Financial Times, Stock Exchange, or Russell Index Group. Then they check. They see back in a frontier. In fact, we don't get if standing there. So any bank where they go to commercial bank, they tell and say, that country is risky. So when they don't do all the assessment, they say, no, we don't give you money. So that's one of the major challenges. So we all the option that we go to call development finance institutions then. Then African Finance Corporation, Afro-Exim Bank, and the others. Then of course you get the World Bank Group and IFC. They can give some concession loan. So then get for good way back. Their your primary aim, actually, yes, now development oriented, whereas the commercial banks are profit oriented. Yes, they say of course there's more commercial interest. Now then no more can go and begin say, okay, for help the risk, we go inside first. Then we attract, private capital. We get in mind what we call blended finance. So most of the project finance them. We want to look, you decide the project, especially from exploration. Exploration, by the way, they generate revenue. Now I guess you go guess. You get binary risk, you fend, you not fend. So you put more of money if you not fend that you left by. So nobody they go give money as a loan way you don't get cash flow, you don't get for able pay.
And at the expert group conversation recently, I referenced that to one of the ministers, to Dr. Kande Yumkela. One of the points where you make is that everybody they talk about value addition and exports. They're not talking about how bankable waiting we get day and how much exploration we do for understand waiting we get. Also, we see them presently because, like you say, Most times when they talk, say, "Oh, that's all the mineral here," then they tell you about. But they know they benefit you. They see mining companies come and then go, but the people are not benefiting. Whose side we there? With the explanation we give a little bit technical. I watched the video, but you were making a point about investments in exploration for let the mines be more bankable and attract better investors. Whose side we there presently as a country?
You're a very smart man because you see where they come from. You ask for beneficiation. You see, I no begin the one time. I begin first have you get finance because you get for get money first for go fend something. Now only way you don't fend them, they extract them. They begin add value. So now make up the kind of value addition. But you're a very smart man. You talk about bankability. You're right. We began the West African Integration Investment Summit. We Dr. Michaela organized. Yes, as I begin almost like 15-20 minutes conversation. I see this snippet of the video. Where they say, everybody talk about bankability. But what's in the bank if you don't have a So mine starts with exploration. I'll be trying to explain the differences that, just because diamond okoyanda, means say you get diamond deposit or you get diamond reserve for go take money. Most companies, we see that, as I've been explained, when they go to the bank said this, they look studies. And they say, okay, you say something there. You don't do scoping studies. You say, okay, that's fine. Then you do pre-feasibility studies. You do feasibility studies, bankable feasibility studies, or we call definitive feasibility studies. That means you don't identify the occurrence. Now you know it's in a deposit. Now that deposit, you don't do a lot of work drilling and trenching, pitting and higher. Then you're able to characterize the ore with the day. They're able to get the quantity. Then you make it into a reserve. That reserve now they can go to bank, or to a lender. So then they look, say, okay, you say gold there. How much gold is it? You say, well, we don't do say na. Let's say 4 million ounce. The whole thing at the grade, it means maybe in 3 grams per ton. It means for every 1 ton that we pull, you only find 3 grams. It's just like this big room. We make it if you want to see granite. So how you get
plenty?
Yeah, how you get for phenol and what's in the life of mine. So then they look at those things. Now the bankability what they talk about, that it means you don't do enough studies. You don't get an asset where you can able to go take money. Now, Sierra Leone, the biggest problem we will get, okay, we underexplored because since the British then left, you know very well. What did happen at Marampa was there from the 1930s. And then they'll be there. Even what did happen at Tonkolili, now SLC begin, but those prior to that, there'll be no say iron ore deposit there, but they be just need for do more drilling and characterize them. Kono Yengema axis say Kwedu since the 40s or 30s. Who says Sirom could be in Amokanji? Now the same thing who says Roy Roots have been from 1967. But over the country, so many things, and they recently we don't fail lithium in this country because we able to do exploration a bit. But nobody know they go lend you money for lay undertake exploration because they know say they generate cash flow. So now you get for fence on kind of mechanism. Mostly exploration we call they call junior miners. Now then he take they can go to the Australian Security Exchange or Toronto Stock Exchange or London Alternative Investment Market. Go sell equity, maybe they do initial public offering, then they get somebody who get equity or they fund somebody with a high net worth person where they put money. They can begin drill, drilling very expensive. Now almost about $250 for a meter. On an average, you get for drill maybe 200, 300 meters. You get for do maybe 25,000 meters, which is really expensive. If you're not finding that, left by you. So, but if you're able to find something, then they go to the next stage where now they do even more drilling, higher density. You take them sample and they send them at the lab. They know it's in at the grade. Then you look at them and say, okay, now I'm able to quantify this. But that's not enough. You get to get socializing as well. The community who say they go mine, you get to make sure say the land where they destroy. When I go into an agreement, how you get to compensate them, crop compensation, surface rights. Then you get to do environmental impact assessment. EPN are responsible for that. We do that, of course, you get to get license, you get to go to the NMA, the government, through the Ministry of Mines and the Mineral Advisory Board, you get all of those. Where you don't get all that, they go now to the banks. The banks say get your criteria. They say, okay, you don't do all of this. Let's check the country where you go. Mine. This country in political risk is too high. They're looking at which in the USG criteria, this environmental social governance, how you get to address all of those issues. So it's a whole process. Now, after we don't do all that there, if you get an okay, now you get bankable project. Other years, several times, we do, everybody can ask when I don't do nationwide about your physical survey. We do that 2019 when I complete, when I don't get Andy now, when I know say everything this and that, but why when I know the move, how when I for move? I can tell people and say that be just the start. You see, for even do that, the World Bank begin for sponsor we. Now be 20 million development grant.
Yeah.
We'll get nearly about 6 to 7 million. And then that I just begin, now we do that. But what do that studies? Now 2 sensors are no more use. Magnetic sensor and radiometric.
Yeah.
Where they basically tell you, say, so anomaly there. Yeah, it's just like if you get magnet. Something, something a little magnetic, but you don't know this is not pin, this is not needle, this is not spoon, this is not plate, but you know say something there. So it means that you get for drill more now for fen. So now that they will do with radiometric. But now most of the minerals they will talk about critical minerals, gold and the others. Most times, especially in this part of Africa, you get to do other works and winner electromagnetic and gravity survey.
That data they usai we go. What are in control they waiting in the show presently.
That data day is not an enemy. Now we develop the system. After the World Bank not collect the data, we use Excalibur, then we get one of the best companies in the world, Patterson Grant and Watson in Canada, and they do the interpretation. Now we in-house develop all the system we call a geoscientific portal, EGIMS, electronic geographic information management system. Again, against all odds, we train people them, that time I didn't enemy me not to be digital more. So I can develop at the right programming language database. So I really train young man them. We put all those things together from the hardware to the software, the training, the data that goes through. So it's there. What we do, also we set up a pricing scheme so that certain data sets, the more detailed one, which every country could do, you get for buy the handy. The others wait at a lower resolution, we put in public domain. So that it will encourage. Now, one of the ways and that what they call de-risking. So that we possibly get for can invest, it already get to say the start.
Yeah.
Waiting that data they tell you. They tell you, say, okay, anomalies there, which means if not be magnetic sensor we use, something there will be magnetic. Roughly the intensity of that magnetic susceptibility. But they tell you within a degrade. They tell you the average depth orientation.
But they guide you to exploration.
They guide you
stage.
now. Yes. After that, you get to put boots on the ground now. Say, okay, let's go drill now. Something that way magnetic laughing number within the day. That now will not do because it involves money. Unfortunately, the NMA will get the Directorate of Geological Survey. The government is sponsored enough. We not get drill machine them. We not get the hardware them we will need for being able to undertake that. Now, private sector they can come in. So when they come in, then they come out with the expertise, then they come with the money, then they come with the instrument them. So, but we they try over the years. Right now, the NMA will be doing one of the things that we do. We make sure we set to a lab. So again, samples will be take the send abroad. Now we know the DUAM, and that maybe allow we for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone we discover lithium. That starts with TUI.
That project,
okay. Because this is really important for Sierra Leoneans to understand that we get young men and young women that we say get the capabilities. If you really empower them, they could do wonderful stuff. What would they will be first step? They go take sample. They look like this is something lithium ore, but they take 3 months for send abroad something for send them. We invest in what we call their handheld into sensors them. They get what they call LIBS, laser induced breakdown spectroscopy, where they allow you spectrometer, where they allow you for take in field. So you point up at the sample and they tell roughly the grade. So you go begin to say something there we hide there. That's how we be able to find them. Then later now, the Chinese partners they come in, we do that. So waiting lacking since we do that data, we be need for do electromagnetic survey and gravity survey, where they allow you put all that together with geological data, with geochemical. Geochemical do they, sadly, they say who pays the piper cost.
So now that project therefore been going to a second phase, right? Yeah. Where the World Bank for being informed.
Lamara, you are well informed. I like this.
For being going to a second phase where the World Bank for being informed.
Exactly.
So who we go know say we don't get the data now and we don't get what you they explain so. But what's happening to that?
It is so sad. Now make us we get for take your development to your hands. When we don't capture the data, they don't interpret them abroad and come. The one build system for the World Bank. Now, I'm a director general. At the program, at the develop systems, I don't do develop for World Bank, for UN family. I will get young man and young woman, I will train them, which we did wonderfully. We set up the portal. We put everything there. The money will save over $1.7 million. So the whole idea was to now come up with another plan for doing a geochemical survey, then do electromagnetic survey and this gravity survey. Where if you combine all that, the geological, geophysical, and geochemical, it's a very good magnet for attract investors there because it means the data they just can go quick. After our proposal, the World Bank last minute just tell us, no, we need to do it again. That money they will give Ministry of Finance. Bye-bye, the project done. Then I'll be the EI tab to extractive industries technical assistance
program,
project.
yes.
Yeah. So now they left. Now we're not able to raise that money as a government. The proposal there, the methodology there, then one of the things that would push, through the license fees, and then they be make we increase the license fees from $500,000 to $1 million, with the hope say part of that money, after 2-3 years, we say we want to take we on development with that money. They do the geochemical and the additional geophysical survey, but unfortunately, all that money they go inside the one pot, the treasury account. We're not able to pull on there. So, but nonetheless, what we don't do now, we don't train a lot of Sierraleoneans, young men and young women. Them, we don't buy some new equipment. Then they're in the field. They take samples. Them, they do basic trenching and drilling. Then we look for partners. We don't form partnership with UAE-based company. We only try over the years. For also with Ross Geo, then we try also with the Chinese geoscientific organization for let the help us so that we now go make our own discovery. Then we go now say, well, we negotiate. We know exactly what to get to know side. So where we do with that project, we don't decide so we take them. So
government they fund them.
Yes, we don't put proposal. We try for raise money as a government. So that's like just tell from Woodland. That geophysical survey now be the first layer. The second layer, of course, I follow do additional geophysical survey. The third layer, I follow do geochemical survey. Then we now combine all of those together with all the administrative maps, ecological map, so all my ways on they can side things and then we match that, of course, with all the requirements, regulatory and statutory. We investor come, they go able to say, okay, everything they one side, can go to the NMA and they look at historical archives, and they look at all the geoscientific information I get. That's what we call the risking. And that helps the bankability of the project. Now, from exploration, then you go into mine development. Mine development, then of course you begin extract. When you extract, you get for process. A lot of times people they mix up value addition and beneficiation. Beneficiation are part of value addition. Just like we go, we go harvest, rest.
Yeah.
It inside that husk. You get for threshing first.
Yeah.
Then you get for basically, pound them, winnow before you go eat. So you don't go meet somebody in a farm where they tell and say, hey, where you breed? You say, what do you mean? You say, hey, I expect flour because they do rest. But before that rest become a flour, a big cake, now a process.
Through a process.
So the same thing. What they do, iron ore, people like talk say, hey, no, for the produce you steal. Move from raw iron ore to steel. A very capital intensive. Now chemical process, it lasts a lot of energy because that iron ore will take first the can go be the mine and a DSO, direct shipping ore. So where they can go not be too desirable. But now most thinking they do library they do concentrate. So the market price now let's say $100 per ton. So then they look at 62% iron content. What will they do? Now 57, 58. So if I will go, if now be $100, they pay you 60 or 70. Now you get for take down, they turn it into concentrate. So that where it go, they take them, put it inside them blast furnace. Where they go add coke, lime, other fluxes, then they pull, which they call pig iron. That pig iron self, they go into another arc furnace. They go add other chemicals, them, other alloys, them.
We'll not get that energy for
we'll not get that energy, we'll not get the technical skill. The major industry, they make China day before that, they make all man they go there. Yeah. But a step. So right now, Marampa they do 65 plus. Kingo with commodity recently, they do 10 tons per annum, now they don't get 20. Once they do that, then say they put that concentrate. The next stage you do what we call pelletization. So they take down the converter into pellet because normally iron ore you can either do as fines or as lumps or as pellet. The pellet, they can just take and directly put inside the blast furnace, or they get the electric arc furnace, they get what you call direct reduce.
But at least there will be a stage of process.
And can go the plan for actually build a steel plant here. But that's probably 5-6 years ahead. But they build. Energy installed every year they add more. And not only in the terms of iron ore, heavy mineral sands as well. We don't discover quite a lot in the southwest. People at the mine, we get companies and they. But for now, they take a whole cocktail. They take a blend of ilmenite, zircon, and rutile, and sen and so. But now, apart from Sierratel, we get mineral separation plant. Most of them companies are the ones set of mineral separation plants, so then they go to separate them. Yeah, so that you get different streams, and now we go generate revenue. Bauxite solution are the same thing. Raw bauxite, you need power, you need skills for turn into aluminum when a white powder before you turn into aluminium. Lithium are the same thing. So what they do now, most companies they do on beneficiation. So that rock where they take them, they crush them, they grind them, they screen them, They get a flotation plant before they get concentrated, like what Marampadi do so. They get what they call WIMS, wet high intensity magnetic separator. So which they come out 65, then that beneficiation. But more value addition can take place because after that now you can turn it into pellets, then you can go turn it into
and that can create more jobs.
Exactly. So now that we can call more value
addition.
So if you notice that for we mining week, we decide for color value multiplication.
Okay.
Because we believe, say, beyond that, the mining sector for integrate with other sectors in the economy. So trade,
energy,
transportation.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you then multiply. I can always say, 1 + 1 are 2. Okay, 3 + 3 are 6, but 3 × 3 are 9. So if we multiply that value, they will begin cascade into the lives of the people in the economy.
Multiplying the value, the medium-term national development plan, one of the key targets for the Ministry of Mines now increase revenue generation in both the short and long term. And in 2026, they project 7.71% increase. And he also they talk about protect the economic and social rights communities affected by mining and increase shares of mining sectors contribution to the GDP. What's in our state of mining companies then presently? Even they talk about the percentage of mining companies they will get, increasing them from 11 to 17 or so. Almost we get way operational presently, large scale mining mostly.
Currently as I speak, large scale mining companies, we get about 29. But probably about 8-9 in production, the other one then they into mine development. Because even we don't give license, you get time for develop the mine. It takes a lot of effort for mobilize. Go see what FG Gold do about Oman. From when they get a license, they spend nearly $500 million. They build a plant, Cambo a leach process. Then we get small scale. We get, I think, about 32, 34. Then we get exploration. Again, I think about 30. But the one that the large scale mining companies then they produce. Now when they go into production, now in the help we. Now you talk about the GDP. I mean, most times people they ask you when they compare to the days, where London mining and African minerals be there, they contribute nearly 26.5% to the GDP. I mean, Fambule knows say GDP now the total value of all goods services produced within a country. When I indicator, but even at that, we get for be careful. Most times when they set a target, then I can tell let's clarify. Now nominal GDP on a real GDP. Nominal GDP now the raw figure no more, don't correct for inflation. So the real GDP now for the talk, say inflation they affect you now quite a lot.
They don't go up double digits right now, sir.
So you get for basically correct for that. Then it will make you compare year after year. If not on an apple, you go to compare with banana. Now the mining sector has always been there. We know so during the heydays 2013, 14 before the Ebola, mining will contribute almost 95% of total export from Sierra Leone. Then the Ebola came, the price then go down, we get that problem. After the Ebola 2015-16, total export from this country, now be about $140 million, $150 million. Last year, $1.3 billion. The year before that, $1.12 billion. 2024, 2023, $1.19 billion. Then before that, we'll be there about 900, 600, 300. So you don't see rise year after year, cumulatively, over the first 5 years, almost 44%. Percentage increase. So in terms of that, it take place. But the question is, like I always say, economic growth with GDP they measure and economic development need to be the same. In life generally, I can always tell people that for let you get old, you better the increase now. Not optional, mandatory. But for let you mature, it's optional. So it's the same thing. You got to grow your economy, but they develop. Now, which happened over the last few years is phenomenal. They besides we didn't target them. Last year, I think roughly the mining contribution to the GDP now about 9.5%.
Yes, according to World Bank.
The year before that again, something like about 9.8. Then the year before that, 10.1. So we don't approach double digits, but prior to that, it was really down. In fact, the worst period was during the COVID, when everything stopped almost. We dropped down to almost, I think, 2.5, 2.6%. But now we are going up. But that not going to be the only indicator in terms of economic growth. For us, it's about economic development when it's integrated, such that so you get electricity for power the mining companies. Currently, no mining company not connect to the national grid. We know so you able to build roads and hospitals and do all the rest. Then furthermore, when we look at them figure there, you say the settlement target. We also get from members say, I think we'll be there on radio, then there's a mention, I say we get for separate what we call tax revenue and internal tax revenue. National Revenue Authority are responsible for taxes. Then a corporate income tax, payee, withholding tax on interest, dividend, and all this capital gains. Then we went to the assess, now royalties and mining license. Last year, it's almost like 56 million. And 2026, we project nearly 65 million. And they go up because we double the license and the royalty with the export, we add down the day. But then NRA, they collect money when they come through the mining sector. Over the years, I can even say over the last 7-8 years, it's between 8 and 10%. So mining in terms of contribution to NRA revenue collection, about that. But the GDP has been going up. That's not the only measure. The number of jobs is being created as well. For Sierra Leoneans right now, they're about almost 16,000. These Sierra Leoneans are also paying taxes. They get PE. They make national insurance contribution. They save them money the way they get. They also contribute. Now, the other thing also we get from here, we get a large informal sector in the mining sector. We're not artisanal miners.
Mining, yeah.
We get, according to various statistics, over 400 to 500,000. Most of them are not documented, even though they get a license, but then proceeds are not well documented. But they create jobs and mining-related jobs, especially in the hard-to-reach communities. Most times, only able to capture down there. So if you look at EITR report, what they get, then the statistics will come out from Statistics Sierra Leone. So in the beginning, give you a picture. But generally, we are making big progress. One thing also, again, I just wonder one day later, after I don't talk, they're going to internet begin to check things. If I put things in context, in Sierra Leone, we rebase with national account from 2006 to 2018 in 2024. With GDP, most of the time, will be between 3.94 billion. Now it's almost between 7 to 8 billion. So, really change the life of the people. But statistical figure change.
Nine change no more.
Yes, so it's almost double after rebasing. So now if you compare something will happen before 2024 and now, you might have some discrepancy.
Definitely there will be, especially with inflation changing and all of that. But how attractive will mining be presently? In 2024-2025, there was this big story about Koidu Limited. And just this morning, I read our Oko newspaper, and then the report say, Cotton Falls and Sierra Leone's Diamond Pioneer Koidu Lowlands Limited, the company don't announce they're closing down totally. How much what's in the effects of the mining sector?
You see, I've always said Sierra Leone, we're a very resilient nation. We're able to recover, we're able to reform, and we're able, we're very creative and innovative. As I've been saying, one of them days there, just after the war, diamond mining was contributing nearly 95% of total exports from this country in terms of contribution to foreign exchange. Because other sectors, the other commodities, not be there. Dagote, the later bauxite, Eruta itself can't take over than iron ore. Between 2018 and 2021, iron ore was not there. Right now, iron ore is responsible for nearly 75 to 80% of the total exports. For 2024 figures, way before Koidu debacle, Koidu or diamond sector was contributing nearly 12% to total export from this country.
It reduced?
Yes. No. Yes, that was 20. It was always 12, 13, 14, even in 2023, 2022. Then prior to this Koidu saga, iron ore don't come up now from 2021. Okay? Why I say this? Sierratel was there contributing as well. Those three commodities, and then they contribute a lot. Now, what happened to Koidu? Koidu 2025, that the young contribution don't drop to almost about 2 to 3%. But guess what happened? Heavy mineral sands don't come in. In fact, then at the second now, next to iron ore. Bauxite said they come up. For a long time, as Sirom Konmo will be get Mokanji. Then later we get Vemetco Nagundama. But now we get CTC they operate. Cambia bauxite they explore. We don't give a lot of exploration, license them. And that again comes in. Where you get a country they run, the bankability will be the top but you get to make sure there's a pipeline. Which will mean you get series of projects that are different stages of maturity in the mining sector. So you get the one they explore. So within 2-3 years, they go move into mine development, they go into production. So they get gap. Because if you get exploration they take place for a long time, later now when they don't deplete the resources, what they happen. So now we get a pipeline of bankable projects. Or some are achieving, they approach bankability. So bauxite said they come up. But the most interesting story, now people in talk about still Koidu, we should be talking about gold. What did happen about Mount? It's phenomenal.
Is replacing that?
Oh yes. Right now, as I say, iron ore, heavy mineral sands, bauxite. But by the time gold come into production in 2027, I mean, FG Gold are trying to do something like 180,000 ounces. That's roughly about, 5.6 to 5.7 tons of gold. Currently, as at the talks, so gold export from this country not even reach 200 kilogram officially. Though you get beaucoup scammers that can go and cut all kind of figure they do people them. But gold production over this year, just imagine, we don't mine gold now artisanally, we not ever do large scale gold mining. And Ghana, they do 130 tons, for which they generate nearly 11 to 12 billion dollars. Then we they only do less than 200 kilograms, not even ton, kilograms, for which we get luck if we get 12 million. Okay? But now that story is gonna change. FG Gold alone, when they do that, they're going to generate over 800 to 900 million dollars total export. Then in addition to that, we already get also the gold concession Ugina Kumaho. Now, Kono, we get gold lie on the edge. You know, Zhaojin, the fourth largest gold mining company in China, now they do underground. We then said down they do something like 150 to 200,000 ounces. We talk about 5 to 6 tons. We put these two together. We're talking about nearly 11 to 12 tons. For the first time, we go into tons in the history of Sierra Leone. And those two combined, we'll be doing something like 1.7, 1.8 billion dollars. That alone help with balance of trade. It help with balance of payment. It help with economic, growth. And hopefully, if we manage them and we distribute them, economic development.
Presently, as the miners, what's in the mineral sector and exports contribution in terms of revenue to the economy?
Again, you get, as I say, we get for segment this. We get tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Tax revenue. Then at the one the way NRA, the Ministry of Finance, then they collect.
Okay.
We need to expert by the one day. But that they normally entail corporate income tax or minimum turnover tax. You get GST, you get PE, capital gains tax, you get withholding tax on interest, dividend, and management services, you get fuel import duties. Then in the NRA, they collect that. But honestly, over the years, as I look at those figures, they are normally between 12 to 20 million. Okay? Non-tax revenue, with license and royalties. Last year, 2025, it's almost about $56 million. And with the project, $65 million.
This year?
2026, yes. But by the time FG Gold and Gold Lion go into production, we'll be talking of 100 million. Okay? Now, the question always, there's a gap between revenue and production. Production, they got people that say, oh, but when they generate revenue, less revenue. We always get to call mining lease agreements where they give fiscal concessions to mining companies. That's our problem.
That's the point where even the audit report can highlight the concessions where they give to mining companies. I've been read one of the things where you push now the Mining Act, the new one. You had this understanding and believe that this will change the mining sector. In terms of license, I've been read the cost was it around
500,000?
500,000.
Double to $1 million.
$1 million. But what's the one that were already there in existence? Are they paying the same or they have concessions?
No, you see, license fees. Now, one thing that where the act make them very clear, 2009 Mines and Minerals Act. Immediately, with the regulations that we'll do now 500,000. Then we'll apply them. Any mining company, we the renew because they renew the license now obligation every year.
Before renew.
So if you don't pay before the Act, Mines and Minerals Development Act 2023, you don't pay 2020, you pay 2022, now 500 you pay. But by the time we don't enact the law, it don't come into effect, we pay now 1 million. So virtually every company, every year, once you pay license fees and the $1 million you pay.
Okay.
But at the same time, there are other fees we will not able to apply retrospectively, purely because we get mining lease agreements. If you give me 1 minute, I'll talk about
it. Go ahead.
A lot of Sierra Leoneans can always say, oh, when they get a mining company, they all kind of concession, this and that, we know they get much. And I agree with them partially. The reason being, we get for members here, the Mines and Minerals Development Act, they deal with mining issues per se. That are the one way with the Ministry of Mines and NMA responsible for. The fiscal aspect of mining, you already said taxes and other monetary policies, not NRA. The monetary policies, the Bank of Sierra Leone, fiscal policies, the Ministry of Finance. Now, there is a separate act where they deal with those. We call it the AIRA, Extractive Industries Revenue Act of 2018. instead it has not been updated yet. So now in give that opportunity for mining companies for sit down and negotiate with the government of Sierra Leone, in addition to the license we don't give them, fiscal terms. Why? Because mining companies they carry a lot of capital expenditure. They put a lot of money in machinery, equipment, and other stuff. So they can say, but look, with the developed mine, it will take 4 or 5 years before we produce. So like you do certain taxes for we, maybe with the import machine therefore can bill. So when I able waiving taxes and for we, then maybe GST on goods. Maybe when I can reduce down there, withholding tax on interest because they go take money in a bank account. When I can reduce down there, of course, it's not only unique to Sierra Leone, but actually every mining jurisdiction. The difference is, as I say, Sierra Leone is a frontier market.
Yeah.
Because premium risk insurance is so high. So most of the mining companies, the bank will talk say, on these terms, no, we don't give you money. But if you go for let cash flow, because most of these are project finance. Yeah, they know not the cash flow they get for generate. Now from there the banks they get for get the interest and the principal. So they go talk say the fiscal terms say too harsh now for go reduce so that they can let negotiate. But unfortunately, the EIRA what they talk about came in 2018. But so many other mining companies we don't get their own agreement then even before that time. And they apply them retrospectively.
Okay.
Then at the time Sierratel be there so.
But so that was the point between you and Sierratel about the back and forth about certain.
That's correct. Because Sierratel they go get 1989 agreement. That time they we just remember what happened. They will come on in war 2002. That agreement and they be used for Friday. Anytime you say no, you do this now. So that's the 22 years, 23 years don't pass. But I'm glad Sierra Leoneans we talk say we say smart and we say we get for be resilient. Today I'm glad what happened there. Yeah. But on that mining lease agreement, I want to let Fabule understand this. This is happening in so many jurisdictions around the world. It's just how you negotiate. Yeah. Because you get they will get two in that negotiation. We get fiscal stabilization for make sure it's a certain financial aspect, you freeze them, why is the company they develop? Most times, you get over 5 years period, they will not review them. Then we get legal stabilization where you don't see, you know, you have to change the law. Because most of the one they will produce, especially commercial banks, and then development finance institutions like then AFC, Afrexim Bank, AFDB, they can make sure, say, look, when a law is transparent, is predictable, is consistent, they will not just grab today, they will not change them. Then also the fiscal terms, because it's so difficult, Sierra Leone, again, I can always refer to this, that we not get sovereign credit rating, which means for the one day where they are abroad, if you're in the UK, where you go apply for credit, then they check Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. They say no credit worthy, no matter how much bank money you get at the bank. So they do that for country as well. Then they go to S&P, Standards and Poor's, they go to, Fitch, Moody. They say, no, that country not even get junk status, only they give money. If you go back, they go to OECD, CRC 7, and then at the highest category. They go to FTSE back. No, this country is a frontier. If I did below frontier, then go to the Morgan Stanley Capital International, they say no one. So basically, they struggle. So they can come in and come. We get for sit down, and we say for them backwards more and allow them. We don't learn. The most important thing now for let we develop the skills of women and women the way they go negotiate. So that we
negotiate on the strength of on the side of strength, a position of strength.
Honestly, we don't invest in that severally because what can happen, we still get problem. We the ministries, departments, and agencies, we know they coordinate. You see, because the money comes, they go talk to finance separately, they talk to parliament separately, they talk to enemy separately, this and that, they bang with it. The week is on now. If we not get the spirit of patriotism as Sierra Leoneans, if we not try educate yourself about these things, they will just bully we. So if you go get somebody who don't understand financial statements, they come they can send me audited financial statements. You have no clue about how to read balance sheet, no clue how to read profit loss statement, no clue how to read cash flow statement. You get problem. If somebody comes in financial model, they don't understand what's a net present value, what's an internal rate of return, what's the weighted average cost of capital, which is a payback period. It can just bamboozle you with any kind of thing. So you go tell they make losses for the next 10 years, this not going to happen, this not going to happen. If I interest, then the companies and say how they structure themselves when they come. Most of them when they are, now they operating companies in there, but they get parents company, then are then tax haven. They can get 4 or 5 layers. They do transfer pricing. So that they get a sister company, they supply them, then they set in it to the entire. so that the profit will look
mine and sell to themselves.
So the agents them that they do this, we call it transfer pricing.
Yeah.
So if we say where they go negotiate, you don't understand all those things. I mean, you are lost. So you can just sign anything, and we can allow them where they can with their agreements in.
Yeah.
You know, where ideally we forget we own template. You know what? The NMA, they get this International Institute of Sustainable Development. They do it called Mining Development Agreement. So in so many countries that they use that you now for develop your own agreement. So that person come say, look, these are the terms. But unfortunately, NMA ministry not with physical terms, the Ministry of Finance, so that they keep prerogative. They invite you or they call we. They will go to Parliament, and they set taxes. Then say, you know, with Parliament, I give them all the respect, but sometimes they are overwhelmed. So by the time we done this now, we don't go ratify them.
They don't become.
They don't done. So now the mining companies, the way they become forced in good faith, now this now they tumbled. Anything that they treat you with arbitration.
I read you commentary or something where you write on Simandu.
Yeah.
You know, and you were talking about how it comes back to beneficiation and how the nation will benefit with a model like Dandy. Government gets percentage in the mines, not just give to the mining company.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we President Build on continuously they talk about are the mineral wealth fund.
That's correct.
Before now, until recently dissolve terminate.
Yeah.
But you know, we get Kasafoni, right?
That's correct.
There was meeting held. We get this Chinese company way Kovek with them be sign agreement with. Who sign that agreement today? And what's in the idea of your leadership with this new arrangement of we mineral wealth?
You see, on the Simandu, because how do you begin? Waiting it don't do is wonderful. Let's just see the land. Simandu didn't just happen overnight. Simandu exploration started 1997. So it took 27 years before they decided and did so. Massive deposit. We get more iron ore deposit. We get almost about 38.8 billion tons.
Yeah.
They own under 5 billion tons.
But they get better quality.
High.
Yeah.
Very high. So they make all man the rush. They go there. They get Simandu North and South. They divide into 4 blocks. You get some major companies in there. Rio Tinto, Chinalco, you get Simfer. You know, you get all of this. They learn from the mistakes. Even at the formative stages of those things. You know, they jail politicians them, they arrest some people them, you know, they investigated for fraud, they go litigation here and there. So we they follow, maybe they follow. Even when they launch Namoribaya in November, you know, Simandu 2040 Agudi.
Yeah.
The Minister of Mines and Geology, Bunasila, you know, I did in touch with them for level land with you know what did happen. And it's admirable. The government get 15% in Simandu North, 15% in Simandu South, then they get 15% in the railway they join them. 55 kilometers from the mine site to the port, the Millennium port. A lot of Chinese investment in Bawu, they did it. Okay? Now, when they look at those models, they now grab, say, okay, let we set a special mineral wealth fund. Now, those proceeds from those 15%, now they set up a sovereign wealth fund. We're not only mining related. Mining, now one of the revenue streams, but from fisheries, agriculture, tourism, they get one pot where they put that money for investment for the future generation. All right? Now, here we own the Mineral Wealth Fund emanates from the Mines and Minerals Development and Management Corporation, SLMM DMC, which was set in 2023 for carrying the government commercial interest in mining. So that then 10% with law say we forget as free carried interest in mining company. Though you can expand up to 35% in agreement with the company, so that we get an entity where they invest. Prior to that, Ministry of Mines, NMA, not a commercial institution, we're not a regulator. AG's office, now for provide legal advice. So we'll not be get entity in a government. All these years we will carry government interest. Now make that will be signed with London Mining be the African Minerals. All then agreement will be outside the money because nobody will be sabi. So the Sierra Leone Mines and Minerals Development Corporation was set up. Say it can now himself can go set up a project company, special purpose vehicle, where inside go partner with other people or even it can go on your own. Inside can get assets, invest in them. And that mandate still remains. And the executive director, Karifa Kabo, is doing extremely well. He has a lot of experience from Petroleum Directorate, a financial controller. They always engage. Okay? Now, what will be happen when we do the Mines and Minerals Development Corporation? The Ministry of Finance, as the minister responsible for that development of mines and other stuff, exploration and everything.
But there's a board where you sit on.
There is a board, SLMM DMC board. Adede, as the Minister of Mines. We get Bank Governor Adede, we get Environment, we get Lands, we get AGD. But the board, now oversight to produce, they provide, not to the executive. Now, how that thing was structured, So after we set up a project company, we call a Mineral Wealth Fund. Then we go get service agreement with a company they call Mount View. We then, again, structurally, in my own opinion, it was not correct the way it was set up. Because the CEO of the service company Mount View, then I be the CEO back, interim, for over 1 year, of the Mineral Wealth Fund. This was a Russian guy called Igor. Then, the chairman of the Mineral Wealth Fund was the Minister of Finance. The chairman for Sierra Leone Mines and Minerals Development Corporation, Minister of Finance. The minister for dealing with minerals development, Minister of Finance. So now this agreement will be go get with China, COVEC.
Yeah.
That's where they talk about. So China Overseas Engineering Group.
Yeah.
We signed first a framework agreement in September 2024. We call them framework agreements for Sierra Leone mining and infrastructure integrated project.
Yeah.
Now before can build a mine, do the rail and port, then do beneficiation plant.
Yeah.
So it was set up. They go get this agreement. They promise they go can do new rail, new port. They're not going to use Kingo. They will do all of this. I mean, again, from my own experience, it's easier said than done.
You not trust them?
No, because
they came. I understand
they came, we engage
they
them,
did.
but later they balance me. They balance, and they may even include the Mount View.
Well, was this about the Minister of Mines being in control?
No. It was not about control.
The...
Look, we're in a government. We get so many ministries, departments, and agencies. Now, for that, we coordinate, collaborate, and cooperate. Any decision taken collectively will carry responsibility, even a cabinet. But we can learn from mistakes. Okay? So, then continue. They say, okay, they will do ABC and they need to do studies. Not forget Seton Kolili North. Now be part of the concession where Shandong Iron Steel Group get to council in 2019. So
then they don't go to Leone Rock?
Leone Rock, no. Now be north and south. Leone Rock, we just take the south.
Okay.
They left the north. Now they call Kasafoni. Now, what can happen? Then we go sign another supplementary agreement to the first framework agreement in July 2025. That time they say, okay, the Chinese are very clever. They just say they're not talking with the give them money. They say COVEC to provide 300 million for develop the mine and therefore do the related rail and beneficiation. Now, we serve in our country, we get other important things for do with the weight. Then there were conditionalities also. They began, what you call EPC contract, engineering, procurement, and construction agreement. It depends on that 300 million. It also depends on what you call deferred payment agreement. It also depends on joint venture agreement. All of the agreement the way they be talk, but nobody know the CM, they in public domain, no addendum. With the weight Kasafoni, other people that get interested in them, they want to develop them. But that time SLMM DMC said we not be get license for this place. I remember the thing with Gento.
Yeah.
With Gento said grab good day, the community go agree with them, then later we get all this back cool. But look, we as a country, these are our mineral resources. My job as a Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, inside the act, is to make sure we manage our mineral resources effectively, efficiently, transparently, and sustainably. That a commitment and they take lightly. So at any point in time, I not get monopoly over knowledge, and they may not get government not get, but we have to learn from other people. So we see this is the delay. And we begin realize, say, look, if we want to develop national wealth, it's not a new model. The Public Finance Management Act of 2016 actually make provisions for that we for ring fence revenues from the extractive sector and create what we call Transformational Development and Stabilization Fund. So that we go undertake major projects them like all to be for be real and this and that. And surplus left, we get what we call Intergenerational Stabilization Fund. It is inside the Public Finance Management Act. I think that from section 78 to 80 something. Let people go check. So this is not a new idea.
Okay.
So but if it is, so the Mineral Wealth Fund was set up. Well, in a mining no more focus on. We better say no, let's set up sovereign wealth fund where we say, well, look, we get nice touristic places. Processes like that we're able to manage them. Fisheries,
the blue
agriculture.
Yeah.
Now this other country where they compare, oh look what Norway don't do, oh look what Saudi fund don't do, oh look what Botswana fund don't do. Botswana they get the pull up fund not to diamond no more, but get other things. Angola sovereign wealth fund. So we be the talking now that model we don't try 2-3 years. The Chinese them, this money they come, we need for develop. So that's why President in wisdom, we advise them say, sir, life not to make mistakes, now we don't learn from them. If collectively we feel a mistake we don't make, or collectively we feel say this model not the work, they'll change route. So that's where we are now. They separate. We create now this sovereign wealth fund.
Okay.
Then SLMM DMC, now they continue to do exactly what in the mineral wealth.
What do you do with Kasafoni?
Kasafoni, as I speak now, say in January this year, President ordered a directive. After we don't terminate down there, he put me in charge for set up a team for actually seeing how we develop Kasafoni. The one will do public tender. But then we realized the public finance management, the National Public Procurement Authority Act will get is not adequate for the public tendering of our mineral resources.
Okay.
Because it was set up for goods and services, stationery and other thing. And then the way they do them, like what they do now, the oil and gas industry, you get forget laws, guidelines clear. You get forget regulations, you not get them. So that creates a problem. So the president don't decide, say, look, if we don't give Baumang, we don't give Marampa, we don't give Leone Rock, that they produce through what we call first compressor through the National Minerals Agency. This has always been work. Why we not go back? And right now, as I speak, I get cabinet people prepared for that transition, and they will get so many people don't line up, so many investors.
But it will be a percentage. The government, like we have London Mining,
like we have now currently with Leone Rock, like how we get with Maran Power. But the only difference is this time we're gonna negotiate terms that are in the favor of the people. Of course, why should the still member the interest?
So that's an assurance you give to the public.
Oh yes. Now we're gonna learn how to de-risk technically, financially, and human resource wise, but at the same time, we're gonna negotiate from a win-win-win perspective. Win for the government, win for the community, win for the investor as well. So that model, Kasafoni back, a lot of people, the biggest challenge we did, where you mind how you take them to the port.
Yeah.
Right now, that railway did, we don't sign 20-year agreements with Leone Rock.
Yeah.
They get such a company they call, Kingo Rail and Mining, Rail and Services for 20 years, for which they pay 1.25 million. Then they don't rehabilitate and they manage them. But a narrow gauge, now one line. Then said the ramp up. So now somebody need for invest into that. Now, for able to do that, Kasafoni, if you want, either you build your own rail and port, it will cost you something large amount, money, billion. The DSO is small. You get to put a lot of money for now go to the magnetite, economically viable. So you either arrange with Kingo, and because I'm so go get multi-user access.
Kingo gets interest?
We they try for talk to them, but right now they want some massive expansion.
Okay.
If we don't follow the news, so they begin at the one group they do 12 million tons per annum, 20 million tons per annum now. But I get to go look for other partner. We don't come by 51% into the shares for inject more money.
Okay.
The financial model we can go they use, then they get within high net worth individuals who they put money in. Whereas if you look the model Baumang they use, then na blended finance where they use DFI, Afrexim Bank, EFC, they don't come in the layer. If you look at the capital structure, then get about almost $330 million will go sign when a senior debt instrument. Then they get a mezzanine debt. Then they get also royalty streaming. So the royalty streaming, 45 million, mezzanine debt, 55 million. Then they get 330 million. All now from, what's unique about that? Now from the African continent.
Yeah.
So EFC is African based, Afrexim is African based. Even Angola Sovereign Wealth Fund.
Yeah, I see them.
Put 20 million inside. Yeah. Just imagine another African country invest in another African country. And guess what? What Baumang don't do for we, just more than, or what FG Gold don't do. For the first time, they show say, look, you can actually go get money without going to commercial banks per se, but use DFIs and blended finance. They offtake like Trafigura. For energy, they take out of the balance sheet with cross-boundary energy, we worth nearly 60 million. Then even for equipment, Komatsu, they get agreement with off the balance sheet. Then when you watch, all that they put on together, the shareholder, they win at Boxmoor Hill and Eagle Eye. It's a wonderful model. I think I'll be the talk to the executive chair, that this model, I think we for standardize them, let people know, say, you can come into the country. They use your stuff the way you get for go to them DFIs them in Europe, in America, they squeeze you left and right with all them. That look, Africans can do it by Africans. So the financial model they use is great. So basically, the Kasafoni, we are going to learn from that kind of model we FG Gold use and see how we will replicate that not only for iron ore Kasafoni, but for lithium or other critical minerals that will get when they come on board. Where again will be launching the strategy at the mining.
Yeah. I want to ask you about that, the critical mineral policy. Yeah. You know, we've been getting validation exercise on, and one of the conversation we're on now is about critical minerals.
That's correct.
The US, they talk about they're not there into aid again. It's how then they get into business with African countries. And another meeting, the ECOWAS meeting, you were talking about this as well, the issue of critical minerals and understanding within a critical minerals and what we get.
Yeah.
What we get presently?
You see, the critical mineral, everybody can define them based on their own understanding. I can always say we can use the nomenclature synonymously. Some people they call them critical minerals, some people they call them green energy minerals, some call them transition mineral, some call them strategic mineral. Irrespective of the nomenclature, the most important thing, in new act, Mines and Minerals Development Act, we get what you call strategic mineral. So the definition is very akin to that.
Okay.
We look at our own critical minerals. In that strategy we launch, it's very comprehensive. We don't do stakeholder engagement. We take a basket of 17 minerals. We believe at this point in time, they're important for economic growth, for security, for energy transition, and also for improving the welfare of our people. But before we put any mineral there, we get criteria that we use. First, again, for be geologically abundant and accessible in Sierra Leone, in jurisdiction. You know, go mine something just because in Guinea, you say, oh, this is a critical mineral in Africa. No, you get for in our own country. Again, for make sure, say, it contribute to the socio-economic growth of the economy.
Yeah.
And it help you energy transition as well. So the transition from fossil fuel, to non-renewable is a help we. Then we also get for make sure, say, that the vulnerability of that supply chain, it works in our interest, and we get for ensure say we're able to form strategic partnership because we know to island, and it has to be technologically driven. So we'll take down. We take the basket of minerals and we put them in 3 categories. We get the one that we know say they get high commercial and strategic potential. So put lithium, platinum group elements, then again platinum, palladium, osmium, iridium. Very high. They're not beaucoup, but they're very expensive. Then we take rare earth minerals. We get monazite in this country. Then we also take coltan, columbite and tantalite. So we put that one in the first tier. They will take the second tier, will be say that one in there. They get significant economic and strategic value. So now the one that currently we produce. So we put bauxite, rutile, iron ore, gold, then cassiterite in there. Then the other tier now they'll put zircon, ilmenite, we believe we get graphite here, we believe we get potentially copper. These are the ones that are again demand driven. So we put it in that category. So now we look at the one and they say, look, we get 4 themes for critical mineral strategy. First, we also want to be a very trusted, reliable partner. Now this particular, it's become very critical. How many discuss them? The mistakes that we don't make in the past, let us not do them. This time we get for make sure so that mineral that we don't put so together. We manage them in a more transparent and equitable way that every Sierra Leonean benefits. But to do that, we actually get 4 themes. One that we call it empowering transformation. We basically value addition. How now we take with raw mineral resources, processing, manufacturing, distribution. So for make sure say first, we undertake what we call geological characterization, the beneficiation, any mining processes, the infrastructure. We get for make sure say also the skills transfer. We get for create some special economic zone for do that. Then we also make sure say we get what we call economic stewardship. So that this time, we harmonize with laws and policies. We also get for ensure say the communities and the benefit from
it's
this,
important.
taking into consideration that environmentally it's sustainable, socially they are responsible, governance-wise they are good. They will get for train with young men and young women, local content, women in mining, youth in mining. Then we will go on further for say what you call catalyzing economic prosperity. So this time, not prosper, not always benefit. And it has to be distributed equitably amongst Sierra Leoneans. It don't make sense like 1 or 2 people and nobody benefit. The communities where mining is taking place, that we build infrastructure there. Then we get the last thing when a strategic partnership. But look, all man they approach with, like we say the Americans, this all man don't form their youth critical mineral strategy. America, they use a misnomer, they call it Inflation Reduction Act. Europe gets critical raw materials act. Australia then get. So, okay, if you say get you on, when I come partner with you this time, from a win-win perspective, we say go we on. And we get also member regional integration. Just as you say, the West Africa integration and infrastructure project to summit will be get. Now for that, we get for look at South-South cooperation. At the ECOWAS level, we get lost them. We get ECOWAS mining mineral development policy. We get ECOWAS directive on the harmonization of policies and guidelines in mining. We get the African, free continental trade agreement. Yeah, we get African, mining vision. We get African green mineral strategy. So we have to look South-South cooperation. Just like where they talk about FG Gold. This was done, African Development Financial Institutions. Yeah, AFC, Afri-Exim, Angola Sovereign Wealth Fund. That's a Trafigura coming as an off-taker, cross-boundary coming, but it's all been done on the African continent. So we look at those and say, look, yes, anybody want from partnership with you, that's fine. But this time we don't wake up. And we do it from our own perspective. When we look, we don't look, all man they say, oh, other countries that they sign. If you look, okay, it's topical. Sometimes we feel like we are being bullied. But what I can always say, Sierra Leoneans, we are now wiser. We are very intelligent people. Not so by fluke. 1827, they can't put FBC now. Which is one they say we are very intelligent people. We just need for understanding in another form. So they look around the African continent, 54 countries. Now only DRC and Rwanda don't go sign agreement. Guinea and the other one in Morocco, now just MOU. Europe, nobody don't sign any agreement with any Americans or anything. You go Asia, now MOU them. So right now, we said this critical mineral issue here, we look at them, say the mistakes they will not make. Don't make it again. You
got a very busy week.
That's correct.
The mining week. And you also serve as chairman for the African Diamond Producers Association. We're in this conversation on the importance of this mining week to this country. Waiting in mean, hosting this, waiting get for be the different panel them and conversation where they happen this week in the country with minerals.
The mining week, this is the second edition. The one of last year we do. Waiting with that motivation for do this. In 2021 May, we will launch the nationwide airborne geophysical survey. We hosted similar thing, but they'll be during COVID. It was well attended. We get exhibition. Gonna be one day. Then once I be the enemy, I said, but we need to replicate this after COVID. So we put together the one we'll do last year and the one we'll do this year. Just imagine, not a dime from our usual donor partners them. Now, with money where we don't work, as enemy don't save, through the proceeds that we get, then together with donations as sponsorship and as exhibitors from the mining companies, service providers. If you go under all the major mining companies, and the banks, then the insurance company, other MDs, then they. So make you always say this when they look at her now, not only mining. I can say with national interest, with national pride, they can meet mining opportunities that means money. So we get investors from all facets across the value chain, they come, academia or what. As you rightly said, I'm the chairman of the African Diamond Producers Association. Last year, April, now the first mining week, now in they appoint me. Me deputy the Minister of Mineral Petroleum Resources of South Africa, Honorable Mantashe. They rotate every 2 years. We get 15 African countries there because a lot of people say, which one is ADPA? Because you know the work. We get 15 African countries. We get Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia. We get Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Cameroon, Central African Republic, DRC, Republic of Congo. We get Namibia, Angola, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania. Then we get observers them. They're not to members them, but then observe they don't get voting right. So we get Gabon, we get Russia Federation, we get Algeria, we get Mali, then we get Mauritania, and then this year under my own chairmanship we were able to make India and Mozambique join. So we expect over 100 candidates from those countries. We get ministers or their representatives coming in. Look, the whole idea for ADPA now for make sure say we as African diamond producers we're responsible for 70% of all diamonds produced in the world on the African continent. Let's talk with one voice. Let's harmonize with policies and regulations. Let we see how we exchange ideas and technology and also become a force in the market. Sadly, most African countries, including Sierra Leone, just export to diamond and raw. Sierra Leone, when they do cutting and polishing, people like you ask. India is responsible for nearly 70%. Botswana, we are the largest country in terms of value and production. Sadly, not a member of ADPA. I still try for see under my chairmanship, I will bring out the engaged minister. We don't invite them in order to give clarity whether they attend or not. But we try for see they come on board. Now, for make sure, say, other countries and then are part of the Kimberley process certification scheme, we don't put in place after the war. But now we get competition as well. 2. 1, lab-grown diamonds. You know, that they use methodologies now, the technology become cheaper, accessible, so they don't flood the market. So now made the diamond industry be down at 1.2 years ago by 45-50% because they compete. The technology don't improve so much. You know, they get high pressure, high temperature. They get the one with the carbon vapor deposition method. So that it's difficult for distinguish between rough and natural diamond. And the young people are now, anything that glitters is good. The second one, now this Russia-Ukrainian war, we came in the EU, then decide for put sanctions on Russian diamonds. Begin put, you know, we take what you call EU, G7 diamond protocol. Where they want any diamond with the common Africa, everybody for can go first. Na Antwerp, na Belgium. Let us assess culture in the country before you go export. But then we get Kimberley process certification scheme for that. So that's where ADPA came in. We came on to one voice under my chairmanship. I was in Dubai twice last year. We discussed these issues. We wrote a very strong letter. Said, but you know they can harm your economy just because you get problem with Russia. Yeah, we don't do this all these years. Our economy depend on this. We get artisanal miners depend on this. 2020 total, from artisanal mining sector is almost about $20 million. Employ over 500,000 people, directly, indirectly. They want come pull up brain at the mouth, just like that because you get issues. So this is where ADPA is. At the same time, they try to promote national diamonds. So this all they come. We get, of course, Council of Ministers. They'll get, Council of, experts. We need technical people. So then they meet tomorrow. You know, that they put all the communicating together for we. Then we meet now Wednesday. We make decisions on all those. We got also last year under my chairmanship, we launched sustainable diamond initiatives as well. For make sure, say, you know, traceability, you know, in the diamond chain, you know, ESG issues are taken on board. That, you know, all the social responsibility are addressed correctly. And now we try for work how India don't come on board as observer. India gets a lot of knowledge in cutting and polishing. How we leverage that.
This week they end with any communique or MOUs or agreements possibly?
It depends because we don't know it. You know, we bring investors, miners, people that get interest. We they engage. We get ministerial boot. Yeah, we will get for this. So I don't know of any particular yet, but we don't get so many people don't write the one come get conversation with we. But this is not just exhibition as me comes in. You asked me earlier, we get conversation in fact tomorrow on financing. Because that's always the elephant in the room, how they get money. We put FG Gold there because as I say, the unique model for sure say you can actually a frontier jurisdiction like Sierra Leone. You know, go to the normal DFIs in Europe or America, you get money on the African continent, you develop a wonderful mind like that. Then they participate. For the people, they really understand how you structure this, your capital, and how you get access to fund. When you get discussions on arbitration, so that in case there's any dispute, how you can resolve them. These are very active panels. We get panel discussions on infrastructure, energy, roads, and the other things, because that's needed. As I speak, none of the mining companies they're connected to the grid. These are captive power generators. FG Gold began for gold cross boundary, where they can do nearly 23.6 megawatts HFO thermal plant. Then nearly 21 megawatts, solar PV. Then almost 13 megawatts, battery storage energy system. A unique model built, own and operate with power purchasing agreement. So you can find that I can explain how that happened. We get women in mining. We want to bring young women, mature women into the sector, let them play a key role. Let them be the engineers, the geochemists, the geophysicists, so they get a conversation. We get youth also in academia. That they take place, those discussions, value addition, beneficiation. So we're able to understand where you take this raw, how you crush them, grind them, screen them, size them, and then how you able to convert, say, for example, lithium ore, from lithium ore to lithium sulfate to lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate, and then get value, how you convert them to lithium metal, how that metal they actually go into another factory, make battery packs, modules them, they go to electric vehicle, how they put it together, let people understand these sort of things. We get community issues, community development. We don't give money. We launch a new portal called CODMIS. Community Development Management Information System. We don't create all the monies that we communities that they get. Be it from CDF, be it from Community Development Action Plan, be it from Surface Range, be it all of this. We put on all day. With the maps, you know, you could go filter by year, by area, by section. So you say go, you know, if you say that chief on that command, then abroad, let's see how much people they get. You understand? So they create a level of transparency. They launch them tomorrow. Or during the mining week. So we bring in Ministry of Local Government, Community Affairs, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. We bring in the local chiefs. We bring in representatives from the community development committees and steering group. So then we can exchange these ideas and let we understand that the media regulators, politicians, policy makers, you know,
and
we get
the
insurance
investors
companies.
as well.
Oh, the investors are coming. We get so many. They come from, Africa, from outside Europe, for cancer which opportunities. We get what has changed. You know, the vibes at in the mining sector has been great. We don't spend these years. We go in Daba, we go Dubai, we go Toronto, we exhibit. But now we are bringing it home. To make Sierra Leone great again. So those are the things we bring everybody together and we encourage not to only pass. You say you involved directly in the mining. If you get interested in the mining, come free. Now for register.
Register online. We don't show that you can get
all the
online.
NMA directorates are gonna be there. We'll be there. We get ministerial booth. Come in, ask questions. You get answers. How I make the theme. We say our mineral resources, responsible mining, take into consideration ESG, this environmental social governance issue, value multiplication. How do you move from the ore? Yeah, you take you crush them. You grind them, you screen them, you dewater them, you create concentrate, you go create other things. Let people they understand how they multiply. They're not only in the mining sector, but it's an integrated process. Then we are actually say shared prosperity. So proceeds, yes, we get all the money there. How they share and transparently, equitably. How we work with EITI. How they make sure say then when they come back for can get money. You know how the banks they grill them. So this is really an opportunity for educate, inspire, motivate, and empower Sierra Leoneans.
Yes, I hope the academia, the tertiary institution, and go take advantage of it. And students them go come around and can listen as well. It's important. There's something we may able to talk about. Read the known, the unknown, and the over for talk about that.
Well, I find
them very, very interesting.
Just 1 second.
Yes,
simple. No knowns. Now we know about saloon. We mineral resources. That certainty. That's a fact.
Yeah.
There are known unknowns. Things that we know that we don't know. That's the risk. Yeah, we know say something there, but we don't know who said in day. Then we get the unknown. Then uncertainty. We don't know say we get this. You understand?
Well, possible.
But possible say a day.
Yeah.
That's the uncertainty.
Yeah.
And that's where the value lies. As Sierra Leoneans, we get to look at that from 3 perspectives. Yeah, financial, technological, technical, a human resource.
Yeah.
When we do that. At each one of those, you know, at different levels of maturity, bankability, and the pipeline you create, you make those bankable as you move from the known, that's more bankable, to the unknown, that's unpredictable, and that's less bankable. So most times when the being talk say, hey, we get this, we are the unknowns.
Yeah.
So we just say no more.
We'll discuss that for that. But finally, the final question I'll ask you, now for people in Nakono, you know, especially workers of the London Mining Company. What's in them faith? What's in them faith? They sit, they don't wait, the company don't close, and they're there.
You see, where I sit, every time I ask this question, I can feel depressed lightly because I know what it means. I don't work in most of those communities as a consultant, as a government representative. So it pains me that you get over 1,000 of people who are gainfully employed. Now they sit on the house, they not get together, other people they rely on them. You know, we did try, and we are still trying. But you see, whether they could do they come back or other person they come, those are always commercial decisions. We can try for the risk. Make sure, say, politically, operationally, geologically, you know, in every facet for encourage investors that will come. Now, industrial dispute will take place. We'll be there directly under the purview of Ministry of Employment, Labor, and Social Security. But that don't mean say we know they work together. We tried. The Office of the President engaged. We engaged the shop stewards, you know, from the union and all of this. Unfortunately, it gets to a point they go into care maintenance. And I've said this based on my own professional judgment. I can't see Koidu coming back. Demo industry did down. Health and safety issues are a big problem. Dewatering is a problem. Gas is being built out. They have been looted. You know, social license is gone. Trust is gone. The workers, they get class action in the local court for money they owe back. Koidu we say that 10 day, they get They need 20 million. They lost nearly 20 million. Then they need almost about 16 million for comeback. And, they get also for do land reclamation. It costs over 50, 60 million. So we put all those parameters. The diamond way they do. Now, Kwedu underground they go. The Kimberlite na like a funnel. As you go, it is small. The life of mine, 4 or 5 years be done left. So when you put all that together, you look at the liabilities outweigh which you will get in return. So from a commercial perspective, you wonder why they come back. If I can't say them, people will not trust each other. How are we going to work? So to me,
could this situation have been handled a different way, a better way?
In life, I've always said I live my hopes. I don't live my fears. In the sense that, in every outcome, sometimes you take action, you get intended consequences or outcomes, unintended ones. Sometimes it can be a fluke, something comes out of it. I think it could have been handled another way, but we tried everything that we could. And I think it would have been nice for Kwedu. When we met at office of the president, His Excellency was involved. We had direct conversation with the CEO of Kwedu. We brought the five representatives of the union. We had discussions. We thought we've agreed. It was on a Saturday. President had to leave his house. I was there with Chief Minister. I was there myself. We were there with Labour. We had over 4 or 5 hours engagement. On a Saturday, they told us they're going to go back to work on Tuesday. Labour Minister tried extremely well. He talked to them. He was indirect. He gave us the assurances that they will go. Monday, we get other communication from the guys, the workers via social media that no, they know they go again. Then they wait for moral guarantor. I don't know who that was. But then they'll decide, say, they know what Kwedu. They're making noise. Say, oh, yeah, that is what I can understand the sentiment, the anger. So, but at that point now, Kwedu said, realized, but look, it only go nearly 2 months. Water don't build up at the place. Gases they don't build. Electricity is a problem. So they say, going to care maintenance will not be the right. So if I had my way, maybe we could have intervened earlier, but we are told this was a labor issue and that not to me own domain.
Okay.
So we still try for work through the Aegis office for see how Kwedu can be rescued. Right now, there's a gold mining coming up. Yeah, they are still doing underground mine.
Okay.
May I still there? May I just go get some money from EcoBank?
EcoBank,
yeah. We already get some other people are interested. The diamond industry will begin pick up back. So I think it is a sad situation. But we are resilient people. This will not happen in London mining. This will not happen in African minerals.
Yeah.
So we can always bounce back. Sometimes it's like this. So my message to the people in Kono, we feel when pain, we understand when we empathize with you, but let we also try as best as possible. Let we learn how to engage. Because there's always going to be dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how you resolve it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister, Julius Matai, for speaking to us this morning. You can be part of the Mining Week. You can go to the Ministry Facebook page. Whichever they share the flyers, you can just register online and be part of it start tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mr. Minister. We'll take a quick break. We can talk to Joe Abbas next. Continue with me.
Orange Max's app, they give you more sweet special features we designed for make you life simple. No miss events. Buy.
On the 19th of May, we'll have the Sierra Leone Mining Week 2026 here in Freetown, Bintumani International Conference Center. I'm the chairman of the African Diamond Producers Association. The theme for the Sierra Leone Mining Week is our mineral resources, responsible mining, value multiplication, and shared prosperity. So we're inviting all stakeholders from across the entire spectrum of the mineral value chain, from policymakers, investors, business entities, those who are providing services to the mining industries, also bankers, financiers, including the civil society, the media, the press, everybody to come and join us. It's not just a mining week. We'll also be having the 11th meeting of the African Diamond Producers Association. That will take place on the 19th and 20th of May at the same venue at Bintumani here. And that will be followed by Sierra Leone Mining Week. Here we have exhibitions. Come and see what Sierra Leone is actually doing in terms of the mining ecosystem. We want to make sure that every stakeholder is fully immersed with what we'll be doing in the showcasing. So we invite you. We are in spirit at the moment. We're just concluding April, and we're going to start May in the same spirit in terms of mining. From dealing with exploration to the cadastral system, to value addition and beneficiation, to traceability issues, frameworks, formalization of artisanal small-scale mining, as well as standardization of geological data sets and information, and also local content and capabilities. So we invite everybody to come and join us here in Freetown for a very, very wonderful Sierra Leone Mining Week. Thank you.
I run a small logistics company. Every cent counts. I didn't think I needed a fuel card until I got the Cornex fuel card. Now, I track exactly how much fuel my fleet uses, in real time. And when my wife or kids need fuel, no cash, no stress. It's safe, accepted nationwide, and I control how much goes on each card. At the end of the month, I see the savings. Real savings. Cornex fuel card. I didn't know I needed it. Now, I can't run my business or family without it. Fuel smart. Live smart. Visit any Cornex filling station to sign off, or any Cornex office to get your card.
Welcome back. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth FM 103.9. You listen to we partner radio stations, them different partner the country. We also there on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. This morning I get the pleasure for welcome to the studio also Joe Abbas Bangura, we are the managing director of Sierratel MVNO. And we can talk about the Rebirth of Sierratel. We don't talk to the minister now, yeah. And we can talk about waiting na MVNO, waiting na this partnership, and how people when they get digital access, affordability, and the services we Sierratel they provide. That day they will get the minister now. A lot of people were asking, who shall I forget the SIM now? Who shall I forget this Sierratel SIM? But Joe, then I can tell you. Good morning, Joe Abbas, and welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, what did it mean, for take over Sierratel during this stage? A rebirth, as we all on the column, and the brand is there, but it don't last for a while, and you can't revive them again. What does it mean?
It means a lot. If you watch social media that day, the sentiments we Sierra Leoneans express across the divide. Somebody said, observer where they watch what's happening in the country. For a long time, they haven't seen any issue that's unified, the Sierra Leoneans who are unified around, than the revival of Sierratel. Building something when we own. And you've seen that things some way, whether with Leone Stars or once you have something that's connected to our DNA as a country, as a nation, having something that we can say now we own. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
And so that sentiment was all over the country. And again, it sent a message to us that, it's a big opportunity we have as Sierra Leoneans for build this again. And in me, now, I'm divided into 3/4 of me na Sierratel. And I get 1/4. We supporters, we investors, we're na official. But it's a big opportunity we have to prove things can work in this country, and we're committed to make this work.
What's in the MVNO we really talk about?
MVNO, it stands for Mobile Virtual Network Operator. This na a model where maybe the first people will start Virgin, Virgin Mobile na England, UK. They started this maybe in 1999. It was then first thing the MVNO license. What in the MVNO license they do? It make you able for spread mobile access without you owning, without you not build more mobile network. Put more towers, get more sites, install more generators, but you would have mobile services going far and wide, where a lot is now based on the marketing, a lot is now based on how much you target, who that you the target, because sometimes countries are big, and so each person where they operate a mobile network, they target particular people. And so you've had those situations where maybe 20% of the services now in the UK are provided by people in our own network. They just go to the network owners, the one them where they operate the network, and say, you know what, we want to make you wholesale service to we. We they sell SIM in we own name, in we own brand, and we they set up we own offices. Then also we they sell things here. We they decide who that's that we own target customers. We own responsibility. We they sign an MOU with you on the service quality. How much you go charge we for make we do this? But then now we they go sell. And so we they go in a places where you would normally not be interested in going yourself as a network operator, but as people where a branded reseller, we want to take this product to places where you wouldn't, be interested in taking them. We mean say you they get more people for access mobile services. So this is that's MVNO.
Okay.
America.
You ride on an existing
you ride on an existing service
already.
provider already, so that you don't need to build your network. Given that a lot of attempts have been made, the minister shared that a lot of attempts have been made in the past. When our models for say how do you get Sierratel on the ground, fresh investments. But if you put everything together, we take Sierratel had CDMA. If you want for brand come up and investors in a GSM, full GSM investment, it's millions, tens of millions where you go take you, if not hundreds of millions, for make you build a network afresh by yourself. But you say don't build and you get entrenched operators already in the market for compete. How do you do that? So that the most sensible. So all these the attempts that have been made in the past haven't worked because the formula add up at those points in time. And so therefore, Africell approached the ministry and says, this is an MVNO model, why not try this? What the MVNO model does is to make sure from the one, government does not have to invest 1 cent into this process. Nothing is needed except the brand, except the locations. There are some POSs, buildings that we need for POS, where they will serve customers. That's all this thing needed.
Okay.
The rest, Africell would invest on its own network for make sure so they can accommodate more subscribers. And so therefore from day one, everywhere we say Africell network day, you can able for call 025, and get any Sierratel.
Using the Sierratel SIM.
Yes, using Sierratel SIM.
So the short code not ever change. Is it the
025. It's 025.
Okay, this Sierratel.
The Sierratel, Sierratel, NDC, National Dialing Code, it to be 025. It might extend in the future as we grow the network, but we are starting with 025 and then rolling out all over the country. But from day one, which we'll talk about very soon, once we're planning to do the commercial launch. But even safe now, people we've been there at the launch got free SIMs, Sierratel SIMs, and then we give free data and voice recharge where we give them. Are able to call now. I have 025 on this phone.
You can call anybody.
I can call anybody, any side, all over the country, and in my Sierratel number.
What's in this partnership? Is it Sierratel as a body on itself, or it's Africell managing the MVNO part of Sierratel, and there is government in this?
Yes, so you get 3 parties to this. The government, but also government now with Sierratel. Government owns 100% of Sierratel. If you're talking about shareholder and a government, they own 100% of Sierratel. So Sierratel and the entire infrastructure exists and will continue to exist. Then you get Africell on the other side. In the middle part, what you have here is the MVNO, this mobile virtual network operator. We're waiting with the, like they say just now, Sierratel, give you brand, give you some locations, then we will go for need, for make sure we're able for service customers them. And then we, Africell on the other end, bring the entire network, the fund, every work will happen now. The launch will be so, the refurbishment of the POSs, hiring of staff, training of those staff, making sure those staff get paid, and everything we get for do with making sure you would have point of sale outlets all about in the country. It's funded by the MVNO, and all of it is funded by we investor in this case, which is Africell. Africell is investing in us in the MVNO, and so the agreement again, it was signed with government such that government derives benefits from this without, any further investment that they had to do from the MVNO from day one. So that's the agreement we have.
Okay.
But meanwhile, Sierratel still exists. The old Sierratel still exists as a company. They have assets all over the country. Some of them are towers, some of them are buildings, where the MVNO would not be using, where those assets would need managing.
So you're not managing that aspect of Sierratel?
The ministry is working on a model to make sure, because the belief is that those assets could really generate interesting revenues where can be used to manage whatever is happening on that side. But the ministry
in terms of this agreement, which are the assets we are available to the
MVNO?
The MVNO.
So the brand, which is very big, and so sometimes people ignore them. But the biggest thing are the brand, because like I said, if you watch social media that day, once you say Sierratel, that's when you begin to see the value of a brand, because of the national emotions where this evokes. So there's the brand, and then we're accessing, POSs. We don't identify locations. Then we get exchange. Then we get Sierratel exchanges. Then we get them point of sale outlets. So all of those would be brought into the MVNO project, including we head office way of the MVNO. We go for the main motor road Wilberforce, which used to be the Wilberforce exchange. That is where we own head office as the MVNO head office. We go for but we're using all those buildings. We get POS outlets that they all bring us.
How about human resource? The part of this partnership?
Well, human resource, obviously, you would need direct human resource to manage the MVNO. Even from day one, we already don't start recruitment, and for the first POS, we first POS in operations now. It in a Miata Civic Center. As you enter, it's already launched. We're already providing limited services. So you get staff now the other end when a staff then will be on there, where the ministry is working on the model, because once you start for deal with those assets, it would create more opportunities at that end of the day. And discussions are ongoing, as I'm aware. So in terms of waiting will happen totally with the staff, because it may likely be the case, say, for manage the assets where, on that other side, we're not mixed at the MVNO. The ministry will try for do an agreement, sign up an agreement for let that be managed and see how that supports staff.
But this partnership, you coming in as MD, is it you coming in with your own people? It's not like you're working with existing staff already with the...
It's new people. It's new people. So, for example, look at this way. You get the engineering team, the entire engineering team of Affordability, and you get the back office marketing team. There's a lot where they go beyond, where they happen before you see whatever they happen at the front. You're able for talking at your phone. You're able for see media things where they happen, whether in content creation and all of those things. There's a big team that is part of waiting. Affordability they contribute to from existing resources. But the new front, because the agreements require a different brand, separately identifiable Sierratel brand. So what it means is that you would see those separations. With the POSs, we would not be using Affordability POSs, it would be Sierratel POSs. So staff would be recruited, yes, and those staff would be MVNO, and we want to make it clear that people within our existing Sierratel, we think say then get the qualification for apply. Qualification, experience, given which are free to apply to the MVNO. Send a letter to the HR manager, Sierratel MVNO, and we temporarily we are being housed by we investor. Yes. Was temporarily being housed by we investor Affordability. So One Pivot Street, send your applications. We already started interviewing people from existing Sierratel, where believe they have the the skills and experience we required, because original technology have been CDMA. This is a different environment, but we already interviewing We've shortlisted people where we believe get the capacity to join the MVNO. It's ongoing. So even existing Sierratel staff that believes they have the capabilities are free to apply.
So does this mean in this partnership, the existing Sierratel management will hand over assets and whatever to you as head of the MVNO?
They're handing over assets where relate to waiting we need directly for the MVNO.
Okay.
That process is ongoing already. All of the exchange will get POS. It's been handled, very professionally. We say thanks to the team, the interim management team where they did. We meet with them. I talk with them all the time. We had a meeting on Friday, so that it becomes something that is managed, because ultimately it's also for their own interest. This is an opportunity to pay liabilities to staff, primarily, particularly where it be non stock. Maybe for more than 2.5 years, you have salaries going unpaid for more than 2.5 years. So this is an opportunity. So it's in also their own interest that we work together, partner, because we need to turn this money machine on. Like I say, once the money machine come on, then you get the increasing chance that people are going to get paid. Every Sierratel staff that is owed validated arrears, they would get paid.
But not so now you get for Andulande or management or it's going to be government.
So let me tell you, it's the ministry handling this directly with labor. There's MOCTI, MOCTI, labor, and Auditor General is involved in this process.
You're going to get for the minister bit, okay, so then they audit the staff.
Yes, they validate the list because you don't want to audit come back 2 years from now and or 12 months from now and say government, because now MOCTI they handle this thing. So to now find out that them make payments them that were not properly validated. So but a ministry they handle them. The only thing we investor Africell, part of the agreement, government asked them for advance some of the money where needed to make sure they can begin for pay staff them. And
but that process is not started.
The first tranche of that money they don't go already in the account. We designated for this, and the validation process I understand for starts this week, so that in batches staff will be validated in batches, particularly with focus on waiting at the arrears in terms of salaries and leave allowances. I understand, say that's what they're going to start with.
Is this Joe Abbas of Africell going on a secondment to revive Sierratel?
Well,
or it's a different program?
No. Well, it's secondment. It's secondment, but obviously for this program to succeed, I am already in the Sierratel character in its totality. As a Sierra Leonean, it's something I'm proud of, that we could, like I said, 1/4 of me, now with I don't have about 3/4, but you need that mindset. It's interesting, I've been talking with the MD, and we had these discussions where there were things where I did think say he's supposed to intervene in, and I said, we have to deal with this, and he said, not a we.
It's you.
And I said to him, that word that you said means much more than you said, because it's this has to work, and it's seconded. I'm seconded to this project, but it's a personal challenge that I have. Obviously, with the support of the entire team where they behind it, the entire Africell team where they do the technical support, and the marketing team where they behind it. But then the MVNO team then at the front, because they are Africell. They're not MVNO. The MVNO team then at the front where I would work with. And with the team that we build now, whether that be the point of sale, customer experience manager, customer experience team, the POS team, with social media, with media team, the media and communications team, we will go for them at the front. You will begin to see people going on television, going on radio, other than me, to be able to address. So we're building a fresh team, but it's a personal challenge. I take it.
What's in the services where the MVNO get for provide? You don't mention something. Is it going to be different from what's in the existing the markets already? I got the minister now the other day. What she said was, as part of the agreement in the partnership, now that Sierratel will be more affordable because people relate to the brand, and it's a Sierra Leonean brand as well.
People relate to the brand. It's a Sierra Leonean brand. it's written into the agreement. Affordability is written into the agreement, where it means we have to work in alignment with the floor price.
Price, yeah.
Where it means NATCA don't put price where you can't charge below, and so we would be working in alignment with that, but also there'll be voice, there'll be data, voice, Sierratel voice, Sierratel data services. We would sell we own bundles, and we would have mobile money service. We have mobile money service from day one.
Okay.
You have mobile money service from day one in the same way, so that you can live from everywhere and you also enable for buy and recharge your phone. So it would be those services. Now, what's going to be different? Of course, there's resourcefulness, there's leadership. There are a lot of things that we now do for target the young people, target students, target people with the creatives, target startups, small businesses. Because there are a lot of things where I think we can able to do for empower businesses in the country, where it would be a top priority. So, there are a lot of things that we can teach businesses.
So you'll be competing with AfriCell?
In some way, we will be. In some way, we will be. To the extent that we would also be going after market where we would be best positioned as Sierratel for handle.
And not be seen as Sierratel. So if me an AfriCell customer, do I have to swap my SIM? I need to swap my SIM.
you don't. It's a process, it's a journey. We are selling. AfriCell is selling, and so I'm not here representing AfriCell.
Okay.
I'm here representing.
But AfriCell now you investor.
Yes, now we investor. Yes,
Yeah.
now we investor. So it's as I say, it's a very interesting relationship. But again, AfriCell knows their job. They know the market. They know what they've been doing. That's why AfriCell has been here the longest in terms of mobile company investing in Sierra Leone. They've been here continuously as a brand, the longest in the country, over 22 years. So AfriCell knows what to do to protect their own customers, continue to provide high quality service from their own end. I am here representing Sierratel. We gave the ministry targets, and we have to meet those targets.
What's in that target then?
So it got to do with subscriber base. So their target number of subscribers are before this end of the year. I can't tell you. I can't sit there and tell you. But their target number of subscribers that we have to achieve by the end of this year, by year 2, by year 3. This agreement will be evaluated midway. 5-year midway. It's a 10-year agreement. It will be evaluated by year 5. The ministry is assigning an independent monitor, professional, where they check the figures, because every month they send a report, they'll be checking those figures. Are we working according to those numbers? And again, like I said, this is an AfriCell responsibility to make sure the commitment they make, the quality of the network and all is achieved. But for myself, as an individual, it's a personal challenge for me. I have done a lot of things in this country, and I've succeeded. And this has to be another one. This has to be another one of the things that I'm involved in that succeeds.
Like you said, the sentiment. When Joe Abbas was announced, a lot of people from the we know Joe Abbas and Maui don't start a lot of things. He don't show. It help people and for understand how for create and how for.
And so we want to leverage that, even just how do you understand how we create, because I'm telling you, there's not the money you need. Now the thought process, now the ideas, now the resourcefulness. How you take 2 leons, turn and 4 leons, how you take and turn and 5 leons. So we would attach all of those things by the service we would provide, so that your data we they use for do your research will take you longer, because it wouldn't just be about you looking at research and looking at Manchester United and whatever. It's good entertainment, but how can you focus on something that moves your life to the next level? There are a lot of things where they are around we that young people, youth, startups can use for grow. It's already there. We don't have the mindset, and so part of what we would do mix with with services where we they offer is to open those doors for youth, to realize the mindset and adjust.
What's the rollout plan? So
fine. We are launching, the president announced this on the 5th of May, and the launch would happen in June, early June. That's when we would have a commercial launch. We needed to take time to make sure we're able to serve customers all over the country, so that POSs are there, staff are recruited, staff are trained, and a lot of other things. Then the way you make sure say the quality where you they get, where you go you they meet once you enter each of those places would be the quality that you have known AfriCell for. It will be very high quality. And so AfriCell, again, they are funding all of this. AfriCell is funding all of this. So I wanted to make sure that, there's good preparation to make sure there's high quality service. So it's taking time. But first week, early June, we would have a commercial launch. And then that's when the services will be fully rolled out to the nation.
The SIM they out now?
The SIM card, they limited one. So currently we have one POS, and that POS they done Miata, like I said. But currently we're only giving out eSIM, electronic SIMs. So that means you will get phone where compatible with electronic SIM, where then they call eSIM. You can always go na Miata, and also we get a number where na the temporary number where we they use for able for receive calls and queries from customers. We na 025 100 111 025 100 111. As the week they go, the full call center operations would kick in, and once the full call center operations kick in, of course the one they will get 025 could call 111 straight.
Okay.
So like the one that would be attend the event, they already have the Sierratel number, could call 111 straight, and somebody go there receive your call. But you will not get Sierratel number you doing any network na 025 call 025 100 111, and somebody go pick your call. What we're doing now is na eSIMs. We're making eSIMs available to people and we get phones with eSIM compatible. But we're working very speedily to make sure we could get to the commercial launch. Then the services will be available all over the country. So
the decentralization of this whole Sierratel, like you say, Sierratel gets assets and all same way thing they happen every time, they happen everywhere.
Same way thing happen. It's unified. It's unified. So we're taking over all the POSs, all the POSs exchanges will get POSs. We're taking them over, and even adding places them where we investors, get locations, you get tower, because you need power, you need a couple of things to make you get an effective POS for one. So in addition to the Sierratel existing POS locations, them, we investor, they also provide support for that. We create new POSs along the road and in places and cities and towns, so that the service is accessible.
The Gen Zs, they need the data, they need the service. Like wait, because I remember that day the conversation was how you don't talk repeatedly. What should they look forward to and expect?
I may be older than I used to be, but I'm young in my mind. I'm young in my spirit, in my energy. I can connect, I can relate, and so therefore, we know what they need beyond the data, and we would package both together. We will package both together. One of the ways, big way for change people is change the way they think, and providing that information that is required coming alongside your data where they use with AI and AI and the digital world where we there. There are lots of things where they make your data they go further. Your data they go further than because it gives you the information where you require. So Namika, they say if you get startups, we would. What will be involved is teaching people, running classes, running lectures, running stuff for young people, running sessions, TV sessions, running shows, YouTube channels where on a regular basis we would, teach young people wherever they are, tell stories using young people already that are making it in this economy where people think say it's impossible. Tell their stories. So we're targeting young people to prove we can do it. Okay. Not just at the Sierratel level, but even at an individual level, if we know what to think.
What's in the cost of this investment?
Now it's been validated, obviously, then at the records, then at the books. That's part of the the proposal that is submitted, but it's huge. Now, the cost of running operations, marketing, and everything, it's really more than 70%. I will tell you. More than 70% of waiting you go generate as revenue. The cost. It's a very expensive stuff. So you imagine.
But the initial investment at the $2 million for
$2 million at the initial investment, but obviously a lot already don't go on behind the scene. A lot already don't go on behind the scene for increased network capacity. A lot of, imagine if the staff time, this could have been started maybe 18 months ago. The time where Africell from their end have been involved with their staff, configuration of their systems, upgrades that are needed because you'd expect to get more subscribers on board. There are lots of stuff where already don't happen. So beyond the $2 million where Africell agree for advance for this process, there's lots of money. But obviously, like I said, that's all part of what is included in the agreement, in terms of what.
We're not going to forget MiFi?
Everything. End to end.
Okay.
End to end. So it's a brand that will stand by its own merits. So yes, there'll be MiFis. And at the commercial launch, we have MiFis for the commercial launch.
So when
first week June. Yes.
Joe, what's in your vision for this? Like you say, and we agree, when you were announced, people from the divide feel happy and believe, say, this is going to succeed. It's challenging, it's huge, but what's in your vision for this and how you want to see this happen?
All right. I have been involved in building things from scratch in this country. When I joined Africell 22 years ago, more than 20 years ago, even when we get 100 subscribers for the new subscribers with a dance. So it means it was from the very beginning. And I've been involved not just with Africell, but I've been involved in a couple of institutions in this country. Whether it's a microfinance bank from scratch, taken from 5 staff that they had in the microfinance staff and building it. By the time I've been resigned as MD, stepping down as MD. From 5 staff, it was 123. From $100,000 portfolio, it was 4.5 million. From single branch to 9 branches, whilst I was stepping down as managing director. So I am no stranger to building. Building is possible. My life is an inspiration to young people in this country, and I want this to be another objective of inspiration. It's the biggest platform I think I would have as Sierra Leonean for latched onto a Sierra Leonean brand that has struggled. And in the process of building it with the support of Africell, because you can't take Africell out of this. Africell are the financial, I can't tell you how much of what I've become as a result of Africell. It's a university for me. Africell has been a university. A lot of what I know, I've learned from Africell. Now, what I want to be able to do is, as Africell has been generous to Sierra Leone and other things, is to be a representative of that possibility of what's possible for young people. And make this brand not just be a mobile phone brand, but be a platform for growth and inspiration for young people in this country. That the things that you've always seen and believed that I've shared, this is a bigger platform for that we come together as young people in this country, believe in ourselves. Stop looking for people for help you, because you can help yourself. The line long if you want something for free. But if you start today and begin work on what you get already, so through the brand and in interaction, whether I say with startups, with creatives, is to see what's in you that you don't realize is there, and begin to wake up every day. Before you ask waiting other people around go do for you, what can I do with what I have now? Help you discover that. So it's an awakening. It's something that will give hope to young people to wake up every day and focus on what you can do to change and transform your life. In the brand, that's always encompassed. That's why I say it's freedom. It's freedom of choice, freedom to choose. Just realizing your life is shaped by the choices you make every day. And so every choice, we're linking that to the brand. It's a freedom of choice. You shape your life by the choices you make every day. That's why we call this life by design. But you shape your life by the choices. And once young people realize this, whether they are going to school, whether they are in university, whatever they are doing, then they're not, whatever, then they're not Dove Court, then they're not Lumley. You can shape your life on a daily basis by the choices and decisions you make. And we want to, as the Sierratel brand, give you the freedom to create.
So for
freedom
Shape Your Life,
to break limits.
Yeah, so for Shape Your Life, go to Sierratel, forget the freedom for do that, right?
Freedom. We'll give you the... I'm serious. Yeah. This is a mission personally for me. Thanks to my sponsors and investors and officials, they've supported me for the last 20 years, and they're supporting me on this journey to make a message to Sierra Leoneans. It's freedom, and it's a freedom to create. It's freedom to break the limits, freedom to break every barrier we don't team up before you. That's what Sierratel would represent to them.
Well, thank you so much, Joe Abbas. We wish you the very best. One thing I just want to ask about quality service.
Yes.
It's part of the agreement, right?
Yes, totally. And obviously, and I make us realize this, I'm not just doing this as a job. I'm doing this as a mission. You've known Africell for quality. Part of the SLA that Africell has with the ministry in this involves a quality. Quality benchmarks. NATCA gets quality benchmarks. So whatever quality you've been done to expect from Africell is the same quality you would expect from Sierratel, because they would all be riding inside the same pipe.
Okay.
The voice and every stuff we did would be riding in the same pipe. You cannot expect any less. The Africell brand, they're at stake, in terms of living up to the expectations we know them for, because the MVNO can't struggle without, blame Africell for this.
Yeah.
So there's total, complete commitment on the Africell side to make sure you cannot get any less.
Okay.
You cannot get
so
any less.
If I get network problem with Sierratel, I should go blame Africell.
Well, actually, it's maybe by extension, but I'm saying to you, the reason why Africell on in this country for more than 20 years and has grown, I tell you, say, once we started, for now get 100 subscribers for day, we celebrate, to now being, just the big market leader that it is, it's because it's getting things right. It's getting things right, and, that's why it's grown big as a company, so that you could not expect any less when you talk about Sierratel, because by extension, Africell is vicariously, liable for the results of the MVNO. I am the face, I'm the voice, and leading and building the team, but the entire Africell team is behind this project, supporting me to ensure we can succeed in this.
Why we as a people, as a country, for believe in this, and which message you go and left with people as part of the conversation on ownership of this?
Government own 100% of Sierratel. The license, the brand name. When this contract's done, everything they revert back to government. So government owns 100% of Sierratel. What Africell did was an ingenious proposal they make to say, we can get this off the ground. Government, you don't need for spend 1 cent, and we can only use half of the assets than we Sierratel get where we need for, with POS and stuff, but we can make this work. You can able to pay all the staff them where you owe money, and government can begin make money from this Sierratel project. That's the proposal, and they made, like I said, if you want to know what team person able to do, find out what you don't do in the past. You want to know what Africell is able to do, find out what they've done in the past. I just said just now, built this network from scratch, from zero. And I was there from the beginning. For many, it was just 20,000 subscribers. I was there. We built. So why would this work? It's because, we partners and we funders, Africell, have done this before. And so therefore, there's no way this can fail. Somebody been interviewing me the other day during the launch. I can't see under whose condition this will not work. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. If something has to happen that's so big that would affect Africell in for make this not work. Because we are 150% behind this in terms of our commitment. And like I said, for me, it's a personal project. It's a personal project to add to the list of things that people believe say possible for Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. It's a personal project, so this cannot fail.
And we, Sierra Leoneans, how should we take this as?
Let's embrace this. Let's embrace the brand. The same way as you go on social media that day and really express on our emotions, on our emotional attachment, our country is only as valuable as we think it is, as we believe it is, as we see it is. So embrace the network, support the network. Once the SIM cards are released, buy the SIMs. If you, your phone is SIM compatible, you can get your own SIM card today. Mm-hmm. Then one day we can get old Sierratel numbers, and we wonder you can't use the old Sierratel number. What we can, once we launch, we will create the opportunity where you would choose your own old Sierratel number, your 19, your 2000 Sierratel number. Yeah. We can able to forget that. That's part of all what we are planning. But you could see how excited I am because this is possible. So to all Sierra Leoneans, embrace the network. No doubt say this not going to work. I can't see, I have not been involved in anything we fail. I can't see any scenario how this will not work.
Well, we wish you the very best, and like you say, you get proven track record. You don't show, you don't do, you don't tell, and we hope and pray say this will succeed in reviving the Sierratel brand, and also it creates employment, revenue for government as well. Totally.
Whether not the dealers them or the agents them or because the same agent networks all over the place would also be selling. We're selling the Sierratel products all over the place.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for joining us this morning. We look for the big launch, and hopefully we will get continued conversation on this. Joe Abbas Bangura, we're all happy that he's the MD. Like he said, from the divide, you hardly see you get people. I read one of my friend at UK Post. He say no ever sabi, but you don't hear your name. And angels believe say with your name to Sierratel, like you say, it will be a success story, and that's where only pray
and
for.
with me supports AfriCell.
Well, yeah, you are AfriCell in one time as well. AfriCell no go and let you fail.
They wouldn't.
Exactly.
No,
so and you self no go and fail. And I'm sure Sierra Leoneans no go want let you fail. So there is that collective responsibility. Say we all for ensure say this succeed because Joe is a Sierra Leonean. Sierra Leoneans will be working there. Sierratel is a Sierra Leonean brand. And if we lift them up, definitely we'll get to the point where we go move from MVNO and be
able
putting up for himself. But thank you so much. Now they end the program this morning. Many thanks to our guests we don't join with this morning, the minister and Joe, and thanks to our viewers and listeners as well. My colleagues, the technical and production team. The program they return tomorrow. But as we meet back, remember as always, for God and country, serve your conscience, try for do waiting right and avoid waiting wrong. Because now we know we're going to make this place a better place. Nobody no go come out aside and come. We go family don't go age right now. We don't ask them. No sign other than they go show and say, yeah, God been sending angel them for Kameko. No. Now the people them, self they make the country. We go get with differences, we go disagree, but there is something where they bring we all together. We make we one people. Now we say a Leoneanness. We all na salon people. And like I said this morning, we need to begin discuss death now with families. Because for me, it's something we shouldn't shy away from. I think it will make some people understand how them for be more humble and respectful to others and how waiting belong to all of we all for enjoy them as a country. Many thanks for being with us. We'll return tomorrow again and continue to stay with Stoots Media. Till we meet back, my name is Namadula Mwanaba. Have a productive week and a lovely day. Bye-bye.
They are because of leadership and vision.
This is the fruit of private sector meeting with the public sector. Some say then they sell no more. Not to sell with the sell. We they make.
Today, AfriCell lays another marker in the fulfillment of a promise we made 20 years ago. A promise to stand by the government and people of Sierra Leone.